Good morning. I thought I had this set for 7 o'clock. I am so sorry. So sorry, so sorry, so sorry. I thought it was set for 7, guys. I am sorry, sorry, sorry. Let's get this going. Oh my God. Hold on a second. Ooh, I was packing and I came to sit down. Oh my goodness. Why didn't somebody call me? I've been up since 4 o'clock. I've been running around doing things. Oh my goodness. Cleaning the kitchen, emptying the refrigerator, making sure there's no food or anything in there. You guys know I'm never late. I am so sorry. I thought I had it set for 7. Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Crazy Cat Mama, I see you. All you had to do was call me and say, Heidi, what the hell is going on? Oh my God. I'm sorry. I see Danielle hit me and somebody else. My phone's on vibrate. I'm so sorry. So today is vacation day. Girl, my phone's on vibrate. I just realized that. I never put it on. I never turned the volume on when I left work yesterday. I'm so sorry, guys. So anyway, good morning, good morning, good morning. So I just got to say this too, and then we're going to look at something real quick. I just want to say this. So I got a little clip, and I didn't go back to check it for context or anything else. But what I heard, because I really didn't have time. Good morning, Mama's the Boss. What I heard was JY said that Heidi and Danny was saying rancid things about him. First of all, no one said anything rancid about you. Hi, sister. I see your new whip, girl. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm flying. I'm gonna call you after I get off live, sis. I never said anything rancid about him. If saying that I wasn't his Uncle Tom or Amber's Uncle Tom, or agreeing because of the shit that he said about kids and what he said about other people, if that's rancid, oh well, those were your words. Those were your words. Okay, so those were your words. I didn't say anything rancid about you. Okay, but I do hear that Mr. Tony SoFlo, and I'm saying Mr. Tony SoFlo is coming for you. Don't know why, don't know what you did, but it's not a good thing. Don't know why, don't know what you did. But don't try to throw me in there. And if this is what someone's telling you, I advise that you go back and check for yourself. Because my understanding is this happened on Switch Witch's panel, that she was saying that me and Danny were talking shit about him. I know what Danny said. I know what I said. So stop with your bullshit. I listened to Brooks Live for a little bit the other day, and the lies. That's all I'm saying. The lies. Stop it. Stop it. I hear that you got a problem with Donat now. I thought you guys were friends. I went in his channel one day. You were in there. I left. I don't. It's Christmas time, people. It's Christmas time. Can we just not get a? Can we all just get along? Can we do that? Can we do that? Probably not. But anyway, so I just had to address that. I really did. Because when I found this out, it was yesterday. Yesterday? I think it was yesterday. It was the day before. Shit, I don't know. It had to be yesterday. It had to be yesterday. No, no, no. It was the day before. Anyway, I was really busy yesterday because I was going to do a live. And by the time I got here, I had to make like 2 stops. And it was dark as shit. And I was just tired. I spoke to Sherry, checking up on Sherry, making sure she was okay. And Sherry called and caught me at the right time because I was actually leaving work. So she rode with me on my 2 errands and then we talked for a while. So, but other than that, I'm ready to go. I'm packed up. This time I have 2 suitcases because I have to bring different freaking outfits. I can't just go be a bum this time and just walk around in jeans and sweats and shit. So I'm ready to fly. Let's see. So I wanted to talk to you guys the other day, but Danny and I, we actually got on to something different. I wanted to talk to you about this piece of shit named Sonda Vander Ark. I don't know if you guys heard about this case. This is the woman that starved her 15-year-old son to death. And I want you to listen to her testimony. I want you, yes, I am Mama's the boss. Yes, I am. Sister, I love that new vehicle, girl. I love that. I said, uh-oh. Go ahead, sister. But yes, I fly out and I leave here in about 4.5 hours. I need to make a couple of other runs because I'm trying to find something. I ordered something. It didn't come. It's telling me it was delivered. I don't know where in the hell it's delivered at. Mama's the boss. Why are you angry? Why are you angry? I wish I could have been there with my sister to celebrate her birthday, but I couldn't. But we're going to get a trip together as soon as she gets back off her cruise. I talked to our other sister yesterday, sister. Look, and brother-in-law, I'm gonna call you after I leave, after I get off. But let me just play this real quick. I am just, hi Claudia. Oh, I didn't say good morning to people. See, I'm so discombobulated. I'm so sorry. Let me get myself together. Good morning, Susan. Good morning, Crazy Cat Mama. Good morning, Stacy AB. Good morning, PJ's World. Did I get my soap? No, PJ, not yet. Matter of fact, I saw you sent me the tracking. I don't know where it's at, but I'll go check the office today before I leave. Good morning, pretty Monita, if you're still here. Guys, again, I am so sorry I'm late. Sassy Susie speaks. Good morning. Merry Christmas. And I'm saying Merry Christmas because Mama's house is always decorated like Christmas. How's Mama doing, Susie? Good morning, Melinda. Did I say? Yeah, Melinda. Okay. Dorit Frank. Good morning. Maria Haskins. Good morning. Grass toucher. You could have called me too. You did. I saw you called. I saw it. My phone is just on vibrate. Good morning, Jenny O. Michelle LaBelle. Avoiding eye contact. Debbie H. Girl, good morning. No, I didn't forget to press live. I thought my live was set for 7. Let's see. Hear me roar. Good morning. Just Dom. Good morning. Let's see. I don't want to be mean. Let's see. PJ's World. Okay. So anyway, and I did see, when I was up, I saw that, Dolly was live, but I didn't want to get distracted. I was doing some stuff. And before I leave, I got to make sure my house is in order. I really do. I don't like to leave shit. I did laundry, everything, folded towels, put towels up. I've just been a busy little bee this morning. and I'm asleep all the way. I'm asleep all the way to Vegas, and then which all the way 2 hours. I'm asleep on the plane, and then I'm ready to roll. Hello, Jody. Let's listen to this, because this is what I really wanted to do on Sunday morning, because this really pissed me off. And I watched this trial on and off. I was reading everything that was going on, but her testimony right here, I need you guys to listen to this and let me know what you think.
I gagged that day too. It just wasn't as bad.
Didn't throw up though.
No, it wasn't as bad.
So if there's video from that hearing that we had last week where you thumbed through the photographs.
So just want to put this in. So they did a break. They took a recess, because when she was testifying earlier, grass toucher, when she was testifying earlier, and when they were showing the pictures of her son, she threw up. Bitch, you knew what he looked like when he died, because you did that to him. She threw up. You know, that was for sympathy, but her ass is guilty. And then we're going to discuss Jonathan Majors, because I don't know how they found him guilty. After you see the video of him running away from her, I'm sure they had a scuffle. But anyway, you do the crime, you do the fucking time. I want to know what Megan Good's going to say about that. So hold on.
Including the autopsy photos without vomiting. Do you just not remember that as well?
We didn't have the autopsy. We didn't have those photos over at our table, sir. It won't be on the video. I can promise you that.
Well, then I'll return to my original question. Those 3 photographs depict your son hours after you supposedly put him in a warm bath. Did he look like that when you put him in the warm bath, but for the fact that he was alive?
I did not look at him, sir. He was 15. I tried to give him his privacy. It may sound lame, but I intentionally look away. That's why Paul did most of his baths, is because he's 15 and I didn't think that was appropriate.
So you didn't put him in the bathtub?
No, he was already in the tub. I just looked.
Did you get him out of the tub?
I don't remember. I think so. Later that night, I would assume so.
Later that night? How long was he in the tub?
Well, night to me is any time after work. So.
Okay. How long was he in the tub?
I don't think it was long after I got home, but I don't know.
Again, you didn't tell the police officers this when they talked to you about what had happened the night before, did you?
I don't remember. Apparently I didn't.
Well, so you don't remember what you told the police officers?
Liar. You don't remember a
but,
lot of shit.
I mean, if you say I didn't tell them, then I trust your word there.
If you told the police officers that you noticed he was skinny, so you
Good
made him
morning,
some bread and put
Aesop.
some butter on it and watched him eat 3/4 of it and then sent him to bed, is that
Exactly
is that
when
refresh
with
your
her,
recollection about
she
what you
knew
told the
she was
officers?
screwed.
I mean, I hear what you're saying. I don't remember saying it, but
So you don't remember saying those things to the police officer?
no, sir.
And those things clearly didn't happen, did they?
No, sir.
How did he get into his room that night?
I don't remember, sir.
I don't remember. Starved my son to death. I don't remember.
Read that very top
Now
text,
he is,
please.
the young man was disabled.
Please set your alarm for 6 a.m. I ended up dragging him back to his small room because I wasn't going to risk him having access to the tub or other things overnight. He's still trying to be stupid, but I will tell you more tomorrow while I take you to work, describing how many different ways I proved that he's still faking. He's still doing it, though. It's beyond ridiculous.
I ended up dragging him back to his small room because I wasn't going to risk him having access to the tub or other things overnight. Plan was for him to sleep in the bathroom, wasn't it?
I don't remember, sir. I mean, I know that in the text message, but if that's what the text message said.
Now, in case you guys don't know, the mother and her other son, her name is Sanda, Shanda, Vander Ark, Vander space Ark, ARK. Now, the mother and her other son subjected this young man to ice baths. They had stuff chained up so he couldn't eat. She's disgusting. Disgusting.
Okay. And you had to drag him back to the small room. Again, the small
And she's
room being
facing
the
life imprisonment. Hopefully
closet.
she gets it.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Supposedly that he wanted to sleep in.
Yes, sir.
But you had to drag him there. Why was that?
Well, dragging, I mean, that could be anywhere from grabbing hold of an arm and because someone's not being cooperative. that can be a range of things, sir. So I don't know what I was referring to there.
You've seen the video, haven't you?
No, sir. I haven't seen any videos.
Do you need your memory refreshed about him getting back in the small room that night?
No, sir. I mean, like I said, I'll take I don't remember actually doing it.
Did you physically pull him into the room that night?
Oh my God,
Yes, sir.
what is
I
the
mean-
same room? What?
Did you push him down onto the ground so that he was laying and facing the camera?
If that's what it shows, then yes, sir.
And did you position his face towards the camera?
If that's what it shows,
Okay, a small room is this little place where he slept at, but she really wanted him to sleep in the bathroom. Now, the brother Paul is in jail, and he's been charged with assault of a family member, and what else was he charged with? His older brother, his name is Paul Ferguson. He's been charged with his brother's death and child abuse of a family member. So they are sick. And I hope she gets the full sentence, life imprisonment.
And
Well,
did you
she's
tell him that
44.
he owes you the
You
biggest
got a long
apology on
time,
the face
girl.
of the earth, and then maybe he can get out to go to the bathroom?
if that's what it shows, sir, I don't remember.
And did you
You don't
return a
remember?
while later because he had rolled over away from the camera so that you couldn't see him on camera?
If that's what it
So
shows,
I don't remember.
I don't remember any of this.
And did you tell him you don't need to open your mouth every time you breathe, dummy, and then hold his mouth shut?
I don't know what it
Don't
shows,
remember.
sir. I mean,
If that's what it
I'll take your
shows.
word that's what the
Oh, you
video
don't have to
shows.
take my word for it. Let's play the video.
Sir, that's not necessary. If that's what you're saying it shows, I believe you. I'm
So
not.
you're acknowledging that the night before Timothy died, hours before he died,
Hi,
you
Gina.
dragged him looking like that back into his small room, positioned him in front of a camera, told him he owed you an apology, then came back later because he rolled over away from the camera and held his mouth closed and said, see, you don't have to open your mouth when you breathe, dummy. You're acknowledging you did those things.
If that's what it
yes,
shows.
sir.
You didn't put him in a warm bath that night, did you?
Yes, sir,
Nope.
I did.
Nope.
But you had to drag him away from it?
If that's what it says, I don't.
I don't remember.
I know he had a hoodie on.
He had a hoodie on, but he was in a warm bath. Okay.
You said the locks on the refrigerator were there because he got into the refrigerator, and if I heard your testimony correctly, he ate a pound of frozen hamburger
Yes, sir. That was back.
and a bag of chicken nuggets
A frozen bag of chicken nuggets, yes, sir.
and frozen hamburger,
Yes, the hamburger was not frozen, it was refrigerated.
but frozen chicken nuggets.
Frozen
But she
chicken nuggets
remembers
all
that.
weekend.
Okay. She remembers that, but she don't remember anything else. Heidi, what is wrong with her son? What is wrong with the son? The son had he was disabled. I think it was cerebral palsy. I gotta go back and remember. I gotta go. It's been a while since I read up when she was charged. But when I saw that the court case was going on, I was in and out. I don't have time to watch court cases the way I used to. But he was disabled, and she was charged with malnutrition. He had hypothermia. And his death was classified as a homicide. So anything that she's trying to make it seem like he was eating. No, I think he was 65 pounds. I think it was 65 or 75 pounds. And he's 15 years old.
And raw bacon.
Yes, sir.
Frozen raw bacon?
No, it was in the refrigerator.
The frozen stuff was the chicken.
The chicken nuggets, that was the only frozen, yes, sir.
Did you think he had an affinity for frozen food?
I didn't know the
And
frozen.
his
the only
name-
thing he ate frozen was
His
chicken
name
nuggets.
is Timothy. So, and he was I think 65, 75 pounds, something
Is that
like
why you
that.
sent a text message to Paul while he was in the ice bath at 3:43 that afternoon and said, oh, okay, crazy thought. Tell him if he actually sits up by himself and stays sitting up, he will get some pizza rolls. Don't tell him it's only 2, and I'm okay if they are frozen rather than cooked. Why'd you send that text message?
I don't know.
Don't remember that even either?
No, sir.
So you're not worried about him eating frozen pizza rolls if he sits up?
If that's what it says.
You've heard it read several times.
Yes,
You're not
sir.
doubting that's what it says, right?
Yes, sir.
Just another one of those memories that you just gone from your head, right?
Yes, sir.
So when you told Detective Peasky that the reason the locks were on the refrigerator is because he would get into them and he'd leave the doors open, that was a lie, wasn't it?
No, that was also true. He did that as well.
How does putting locks on fix that problem?
He can't get into it then, so it doesn't get left open.
Oh,
No,
so,
he was
he
the
wasn't,
only
so
one.
you admit that he was not allowed access to the refrigerator or the freezer or to the pantry?
As far as the refrigerator and freezer, after we put the locks on,
He couldn't get into them, could he?
no, not after that.
And the pantry had an alarm on it as well, didn't it?
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
We'll move on. We can circle back to that one. Let's talk about some of the other things that you told.
Okay, I'm sorry. Hold on. He had autism. Hold on. I'm sorry. I just went to look. He had autism and speech and motor impairment. And she was only feeding him bread covered in hot sauce, deprived him of sleep, and forced him into ice baths as punishment. And he died in July. I remember last year when, and then it took him over a year to bring her ass to trial. So you asked me and I had to go and find it because it's been a while since I caught the trial during the middle.
You told Detective Peasky that long after the stroke happened in January, Timothy went on a hunger strike. That was a lie, wasn't it?
Not long after. And no, that was not a lie. That was the truth.
He went on a hunger strike.
Yes, sir, he did. It wasn't immediately, but it was within a few
Oh, I
days.
got the picture of the room.
And a hunger strike is refusing to eat, right?
Yes, sir.
So he's refusing to eat food not long after your husband has a stroke, right?
Yes, sir.
Then you don't need to put locks on the refrigerator and the freezer, do you? If he's refusing to eat.
He stopped. He started eating again.
He started eating again, so then you decided he's been on a hunger strike, he's eating again.
I
So now
found
we
the
better
pictures
lock
of the room and the
No, I
refrigerator in the
didn't. No
kitchen.
locks to
I'm gonna
protect
show
him.
you guys.
He could have killed himself eating the chicken nuggets. I didn't put the locks on after he did the hamburger or the bacon, but the chicken nuggets, it was raw chicken.
Chicken nuggets are cooked, aren't they? They're pre-cooked.
Are they? I didn't even think about that.
But it's okay if he has a frozen pizza roll or two, if he sits up, right?
Yes, sir.
Mhm.
Good morning,
February
Brown.
18th, 2022.
Good morning, Amanda.
Find out what he has snuck right the heck now. Because I know he has snuck all stuff since you weren't doing what you were supposed to. What do you mean you didn't know he was awake? You both should have been awake at 10:30. I am not happy. You know he wasn't just sitting there. Check the brownies in the kitchen. Check everything not locked away.
To the
Check all
doctor.
things
Yes,
he's-
Wind Whispers.
So starting February, you had to lock up all the food. Make sure he's not getting into the brownies, right?
All of the food was never locked. There's no pictures of it, but one of the lower cupboards had quite a bit of canned food in it. And he actually would get into that and eat stuff out of cans as well. But there was never a
Thank
lock
you,
on the lower
Patricia.
cupboard. I don't know if I know they took pictures of it because I showed it to
So he had access to one cupboard of food?
them. The pantry wasn't locked the whole time. I know that.
So there were times the pantry was locked or had an alarm on it, wasn't there?
There was no alarm. I never
Okay.
got one for the pantry. I've heard the text messages. I don't remember there being a lock on the pantry, but I've heard.
Okay, hold on a second. I want to show you guys this refrigerator and I'm going to show you this little room so you can get an idea where this young man was staying at. So I'm just going to show you this real quick. Uh-oh. I froze. Okay. I froze for a minute. Hold on. Let me grab this. Present. Everything just went black on me. I don't know what's going on with StreamYard. But let me show you the picture of the refrigerator, the little room where he's, okay, here is the refrigerator. Hi, Dorit. Do you guys see the refrigerator yet? There's an alarm right here. So you see the alarm? There's the alarm on the refrigerator. There's an alarm down here, which you can't see. Okay. There's an alarm there. This is her when after she threw up. This is the brother. This is Paul, who's 20 years old. Okay, that's Paul. This is the home. You never know what's going on inside of a house. This is the home that this young man was tortured in. So that's the home. And let's see, that's Paul. And that's it. So wanted to show you guys that. So you, oh, in the room. Oh, here's the hot sauce. There's the hot sauce that she was feeding him. There's the hot sauce that she was giving him with bread. Elijah's extreme regret. This is what she was feeding this young man. Okay. And then we have his little room. Here is the room, a closet. This is where he slept. This is the closet where Timothy slept. So that's the closet where he slept at. I wanted to show you guys that so you'll have a visual as she's talking, and I had to go find this. So, okay, let's get back to where we were so you guys can get a visual of exactly what she's talking about. She is sick. You have a home, but you never know what's going on. A beautiful home. You never know what's going on inside that home.
His breath. I can almost guarantee he's eaten something. He was chewing on something when he walked downstairs. You and I will be talking about this on a later date when we're both home. Paul's response, yes, he grabbed some chips. I know. So he wasn't allowed to eat chips on 2/28 at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Couldn't have some chips, right?
I mean, I don't know what happened in that situation.
Well, you didn't say make sure he didn't get into the frozen chicken nuggets because it might kill him. You said find out what he's been into, and Paul says he's been into chips, right?
That's what it says, yes, sir.
So I imagine the next text message then is, oh, great, that's fine. He can have some chips.
Well, no, the point of it was he was sneaking things. He knew better.
He was hungry.
It wasn't that he couldn't have chips. It was that he would sneak things.
So
He was hungry, bitch. You were feeding him bread
He didn't have
with
to
hot
do that. All he
sauce.
had to do was ask.
All he had to do was
I was
ask.
trying to teach him not to sneak. He snuck. It wasn't just food. He would sneak in the garage. He would sneak toys. He
Are you
snuck
kidding
around
me?
and messed with his baby brother's homeschooling materials. I've got like flashcards and stuff for him. He messed with those and got them all out of order.
Flashcards.
March 4th is around the
Really?
time that
You're supposed to
that
put 'em out of
realized that
order.
He was in zip cuffs.
So
You
kids are not
said that a
memorizing.
little bit earlier, but I don't think we clarified your final text message where you said, you know what? We will start cutting off the ends once they are tight, so he can't do that. Is that one of the can't remember texts too?
Yes, sir.
Who is that one of the can't remember text too? Good morning, Stacy.
March 19th. Okay, that only makes partial sense. What did he grab? LOL. Paul's response, I don't know, chips or something small he had in his pocket. Okay, tell him he just restarted his not eating again. That was you. March 19th. Tell him he's just restarted his not eating again. So he took chips. So the punishment for that is now he's not allowed to eat anything again, right?
If that's, I don't remember, sir.
Don't remember that one. Okay.
Exactly when Whispers, you caught that too. He was on a hunger
Talking about the
strike.
punishment
But he was
outside,
stealing food. You caught that. Thank you for bringing that out.
Paul says, Wall sits question mark, and they say, push him until it looked like he is about to fall over.
So that's the prosecutor. He's good.
That was for running up and down the stairs, wasn't it, on April 14th?
If that's what it says, yes, sir.
So you wanted Paul to run him up and down the stairs until he was ready to fall over.
That's what the text says.
What crime had he committed to warrant being physically driven until you fall over?
I have no idea, sir.
She don't remember shit.
April 18th. He managed to come upstairs, yank the locks off of both the freezer and the pantry without you noticing, and he stole a bunch of crap that squished and rattled and did all sorts of stuff, and you slept through everything. KK, no devices until tomorrow, at least my lunch other than messaging, until at least my lunch other than messaging me, which would be very little. Remember that?
So this is a 20-year-old. So at the
So,
time,
but if the text message
he was
said you yanked the
19.
locks off the pantry, then
and
the
this is the way
locks on
you're
the
talking to
pantry
your
as in
19-year-old son. You're going to take his device. Got you, girl.
$4.26, almost freaking caught him again. I want all the food in the
2022,
fridge, freezer, or
July.
pantry and those locked.
July 9th.
So locking up all the food again on April 26th, correct?
Well, the cupboard still was never locked.
And what was in the cupboard?
A bunch of canned stuff. There's a bunch of cans in there.
Bunch of cans in there?
Yep.
So you're okay with him getting into a bunch of canned stuff?
I mean, he got into it all the time.
So what do you go to the
Now
get
you
a can opener,
hold on.
open up the can?
You heard her talk about his younger brother. Let's keep in mind she has 5 kids. 5 kids. 5. God only knows what she did to the rest of them. But this one, Timothy had autism and, impaired motor and speech skills. So she tortured him because I guess he was an embarrassment to her. Who knows? Oh, Lord. Okay, let's go. I gotta get coffee.
And put it on the stove, warm the stuff up?
No, he didn't. He would eat it straight out of the can.
But that
It's
didn't worry you.
weird. Huh?
That didn't worry you?
Well, when I discovered it, it did, but I just never put anything on that cupboard.
So what caused this almost freaking caught him? And when all the food in the fridge and the freezer, the pantry, those locked up, April 28th.
I have no idea, sir. Without having it in there, I don't know what caused it.
It's likely related to the text before that, isn't it?
I don't know.
He keeps pulling his arms down, and that doesn't set off the camera alarm, so please watch him for that. Well, why did he have his arms up?
He was standing against the wall with his arms on his head.
He would have to do that for long periods of time, right?
Stand there, but he didn't have to have his arms up the whole time, but I'd set a time limit on how long he had to have his arms up.
And you're watching or watching an alarm to make sure his arm doesn't go down, right?
From the sound of it.
The response to you about from Paul about locking up the food, it's just he pulled the pantry door lock. What do you mean he just pulled it? Did he take it off? Paul says, yes, that part that attaches to the wall is dangling right now due to sticky locks. Okay, get another one on it right away. Last I saw, they were on the floor in a bag in my room. And you need to make him run up and down the stairs a ton for that, even in the cold and rain. So trying to take some food, not in his cabinet full of canned goods.
Good morning, Bella Marie.
Lock off means he doesn't get food. It all gets locked away, and he has to run the stairs, even in the cold and rain. Right?
Merry Christmas, Bella.
Sneaky.
He was deceitful and sneaky a lot, wasn't he?
Yes, sir, he was.
Did it ever hurt
5
him? He was
kids.
hungry?
So it was 6 of them at the
That
house.
along-
6.
Well before there was issues, well before the stroke.
And the older son,
We always
Paul,
had issues with him over that.
is in
his dad
jail.
Warned me about that.
Well before there were, you said well before the issues. What
for helping his
Before
mother
first hunger strike.
to abuse
before
his
any of
little
this,
brother.
He was extremely sneaky.
Did it ever occur to you that this is not the way to deal with a person who's been on a hunger strike? Locking up their food, locking up their access to food, punishing them when they try to take food? Did that ever occur to you with your brilliant legal mind, as it was, that wasn't a good idea?
Fine.
I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking.
No husband.
April 27th, Timothy is no longer allowed anywhere near the fridge, freezer, or pantry, or any other place where food is.
I don't
Sounds
remember.
like he can't even get into his cabinet full of canned goods, right?
I mean, that's what it said. There was never a lock on that.
But he wasn't allowed near it.
I mean,
Right.
If that's what it says, I don't.
Oh my God, I want to
That was
slap
April
her.
27th.
I heard this shit. I was getting
Just a few
mad
days
just
before,
listening
somehow
to
he
it.
manages to be 104 pounds, which is, we've heard from the testimony this morning, is still a good 30 pounds under average weight, right?
Well, my kids are, most of them are slim. Paul is 6'1" and 130. He doesn't even hit the 134 for a 5'8" person. And I lose weight extremely easily. So
He was 68
The-
pounds at
at
his
104,
autopsy. It was
he looked
69 is
average.
what the report officially said. I just looked.
February 14th, I may need some help with it, but I am about to get a lock for the
Thank
pantry
you,
door
Maria.
and a lock for the fridge and both freezers. And then we won't leave any food out of those areas, and he won't have access to unlock those. Okay, Paul's response. Your response, if you disagree, please say so, but he is not going to win this. I may need some help with it, but I'm about to get
Mary Andy, hi.
So you were bound and determined that he wasn't going to win and get food without asking.
But he's on a hunger strike.
Even if that meant locking up all the food.
no, sir, I was bound and determined he would stop being deceitful and sneaky
He is not going to win this.
because he was being stubborn. He kept sneaking. He snuck stuff. We found out, actually, it was well before the stroke. Paul discovered it. This was.
So
before his
Timothy
first
had a
hunger
stroke
strike.
too.
I mean, before anything, Paul went down to the downstairs bathroom one day, and I think it was, I want to say it was at least 3 cupboards, if not 4 across. And I guess he'd opened one of the cupboards, and Timothy had snuck a bunch of stuff. I mean, there was wrappers and cans and all sorts of
Oh.
stuff. He did that.
But he was on a hunger
That was-
strike.
I don't remember if it was before or after my oldest son's wedding, but it was around that time.
And again, your response to all
So
of this.
Paul
was
isn't
that
the
you sought
oldest.
Professional
Okay.
help for him because of these eating issues that he apparently has is to restrict even further his access to food, right? And then watch his every move on a camera or with a motion sensor or with an alarm, right?
My response was to try to prevent him from being deceitful and sneaky.
April 28th, do you want to have just the one on the pants for tonight? When I leave, you will have to have both of them on so it doesn't get away with anything. So by April 28th, you were putting multiple alarms on his person, weren't you?
If that's what it says, I didn't realize I even owned more than one. I only remember ordering one.
Okay, take off the arm one, but warn him that I will count how many times he moves his arm from the camera picking it up, and he'll be doing stairs for that tomorrow. That's at 11 o'clock in the evening on 4/28. So you're watching to see how many times he moved his arm when he was in his room?
How many times he dropped his, was he in his room?
I don't know.
I
You
was
tell me.
assuming
I
it was
wasn't
up against
there.
the wall, because
All I can
normally,
do is read you the text message. It says, "Okay, take off the arm one," referencing back to the alarms, but warn him that I will count how many times he moves his arm from the camera picking it up, and he will be doing stairs for that tomorrow.
that
He's not sneaking around there, is he?
no, he was up against the wall and he was supposed to have his arms on his head for a certain amount of time.
Okay,
Oh
so
my
11 o'clock
God.
at night, he's supposed
Sometimes,
to be up against the wall, and you want to make sure that he knows you're going to know how many times he moves his arm. And if it's not satisfactory, he gets to do stairs for that the next day.
yes, sir, apparently.
April 29th. What did he eat? I ate my burger already. Paul's response. He ate the crust. You remember what your response was?
I don't remember. I heard it the other day, but I don't remember sending that.
Go try to make him throw up, please. That was your response, wasn't it?
If that's what it says.
Don't remember? I'm
No,
going to
sir.
put that one in the don't remember category.
Like I said, unfortunately, between January and the time he passed away, I don't have a lot of memories in general of Gabriel, of G, Timothy, of Paul. I know that there's times that I went over to my in-laws' house and I don't remember a lot of that. It's not just this.
So the crime he committed here.
They said our husband wasn't there.
Wasn't sneaking frozen chicken nuggets or a bag of chips. It was eating the crust of what sounds to be an already half-eaten burger or an eaten burger. And your response to that is go make him throw up, please.
That's what it says. And the crime was, again, it's being sneaky and deceitful. It was never about it wasn't about the food. It was because he every time we turned around, he was sneaking something. It wasn't just food. He snuck toys. Like I said, he snuck batteries.
May 5th, did Timothy work hard enough to sleep tonight? so you and I can both get some sleep. He will still have to work super hard tomorrow to earn the same, but wanted to ask about tonight first.
Oh, okay. I was right about that part. So she wasn't supposed to have custody of him at all. She wasn't supposed to have custody of Timothy at all. Timothy, Nolan, and Millie, the sister, were granted full custody to their father. She relinquished her rights, but he had been with her since 2021. And then Paul went there when he turned 19. So yes, the husband, Eric Ferguson, was not in the home. I remember that correctly, but she wasn't supposed to have custody of Timothy at all. She M'd that young man.
First. You want to explain how that falls in with your statement that the reason he wasn't allowed to sleep?
Good morning,
was because he was with you guys
I
already?
actually do remember that. Timothy asked if he could trade off
That is
not
Vander
going
Ark.
to sleep for something else, and I had him doing chores.
Commander.
A lot to unpack
Alpha
in that,
Turkey.
So I think I'll just start at the
Like
end. So
the
he had
name.
to ask for permission to sleep.
No,
Right.
this was because he had kept us up. Like I said before, he had kept us up, so he wasn't going to get to sleep. And he asked if he could trade that punishment for another punishment.
How was that not having to ask for permission to go to sleep, Ms. Vander Ark?
It wasn't because it was a punishment. It wasn't anything about, he didn't have to ask to go to sleep.
He was in an ice bath.
I'll do something else if you let me sleep, right?
It was trading a
I'm
punishment.
reading
for a
court
punishment.
documents right now.
May 16th, where is Timothy? Paul's response, sorry, I was getting dressed. Timothy is on a 5-minute bathroom timer. Well, 4 now. And your response, why is he on a 5-minute timer? He doesn't get 5 minutes. He gets 60 seconds unless he needs to poop, then he gets 2 minutes. You only got to go to the bathroom.
Oh,
for
damn.
1 minute or 2
Dale called me
minutes, depending on
too.
what you have to do.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I don't remember ever enforcing
Christy.
that, but obviously I sent it. But
Doesn't that strike you as
Thank you guys for
everything
calling.
else
I'm
that
gonna turn
happens
my
is just
phone
cruel and unusual to tell a child? Heck, to tell anybody?
on this
You only
one.
get a certain amount of time in the bathroom? That doesn't strike you as cruel? It's not argumentative.
It's certainly an argument that she can answer the question, but certainly the way it's phrased is an argument. There's no question there. It's an argument. You judge with the
She's
question.
sick.
No, I really want to know if she thinks it's cruel to put somebody on a bathroom timer.
And the relevance of if she thinks it's
And I need to correct something. I said Timothy had a stroke. Timothy didn't have the stroke. She kept saying after the stroke. It was the second husband who had the stroke and then had to move in with his parents. And when she said she went to her in-laws' home, those are the in-laws she's speaking about, not her ex-husband, Eric. It was the new husband, Adam. That's who had the stroke. So I want to clarify that because I'm reading the court documents again.
it's simply argumentative, Judge.
I don't think it's argumentative. It would tend to give some insight, I suppose, into her intent. If Mr. Johnson, you would like to clarify or have it clarify what her definition of cruel or unusual is so that we're all on the same page with the witness, that's fine. But I think the question can be asked. So the objection is overruled.
So your response to that, well, I want my question answered. Is it cruel to make a child go to the bathroom on a timer?
yes, sir.
May 17th, before I left, when I was having you sign into the camera and turning on the sound for the camera so you would hear the alarm if it went off. And by the way, I told him yesterday that if he did that in the garage again, he would sleep in the garage for a night. So let him know that he would be doing that as soon as the temperatures are safe enough for him to make him do it. So you were going to have him sleep in the garage for a night.
I actually remember that text message and I was frustrated. I never would have done it, but I was frustrated. I type really fast and I admit I have a bad habit of saying stuff when I'm upset and then calming down later and it being totally different. But I do remember that and it never happened.
It didn't happen? What didn't happen? You didn't make him sleep in the garage?
No.
Oh. Yes, thank goodness for that. Same day, 12:53, did he heat the pancake in a cup? Otherwise, it's just powder and it's not safe to eat without being heated either.
Oh my
It says-
God.
She says, did he hear the pancake in the cup? I assume he meant heat the pancake
Okay.
in the cup, right? Do you remember this text exchange?
Vaguely,
And Paul's response, no, he just.
Oh, she's starting to remember stuff
And the
now.
response, that could make him sick, the dummy. Tabasco in his mouth and make him swallow, and lots of it, and do it every 30 minutes until.
Oh my God.
17. Do you remember this exchange?
I don't remember the Tabasco because I never called it. I said Tabasco.
Tabasco in the mouth.
Elijah's
Lots of
extreme.
it, and do it every 30 minutes until you leave.
I don't remember that being a part of it. I remember part of the conversation, but I don't remember that part of it.
Well,
But I-
Timothy obviously didn't like Tabasco, did he?
Well, her memory's coming
Tabasco sauce.
back.
That's why it doesn't make any sense. Hot sauce, but we didn't have Tabasco sauce.
Okay, so the punishment for eating pancake in a cup is Tabasco or some type of hot sauce in the mouth. Is that right?
Sneaking something dangerous. If that's
What's dangerous about
if you're
pancake?
asking what he was punished for, it would be for sneaking.
You were
something.
concerned for his well-being.
Yes, sir.
Oh my God.
That's why you're having this text exchange, right?
Yes,
You're
sir.
Hi,
you're
pretty
concerned.
Bonita. I'm sorry I
Yes, sir.
was
Those
late.
pancakes in a cup had, if I remember correctly, it's been a while, but I think they had eggs in them.
That could make him sick, the dummy. Do you always refer to him as a dummy when you're worried about him?
No, sir.
Yep.
You can look at the text messages. I hardly ever said anything like that.
Hardly ever said anything?
But you don't
It's
remember.
a good idea to call a child a dummy, is it?
I never would to him. I was frustrated, like I said.
But you don't remember.
Later on in that same text exchange, Paul says he also crapped himself. And your response is, what? In his pants? Seriously? Paul, I told him to take a 5-minute shower. Make him do the work in the garage with nothing on below the waist. Just make sure the garage door stays closed. And then he can stand down against the wall with nothing on below the waist until you leave. Just please make sure G
Oh
does
my
not go
God.
downstairs at all while he's standing there like that. Break that up again. So make him do the work in the garage with nothing on below the waist. So his punishment for having an accident was that he had to do chores without pants and underwear.
Without pants or underwear on.
That's what it says. I don't remember
That's
this.
pretty humiliating, isn't it?
I mean, he was by himself. It wasn't, I would never, I mean, I don't remember this at all, sir.
You don't remember that at all.
No, sir.
But you did have the presence of mind at that time that says, just make sure the garage door stays closed because you don't want anyone seeing him doing that, do you?
Well, I didn't want the garage door open ever because we had a lot of stuff out there. So,
And then he can stand against the wall with nothing on below the waist until you leave. So in addition to cleaning the
What a
garage,
lovely
he's standing
mother.
against the wall with no pants and underwear on, correct?
What a
that's what it
lovely,
says.
lovely
I
mother.
don't remember this.
Please make sure G does not go downstairs at all. Don't remember that either.
No, sir.
Didn't want, but you physically typed these words into your phone and sent them to Paul to make sure that G doesn't see Timothy like that, right?
Yes, sir.
His clothes need to be washed right away, but he gets to be without anything below the waist for a while today. Did he say why the heck he did that? And Paul's response is he said he didn't want to disturb anyone. He had to ask for permission to go to the bathroom, didn't he?
No, sir, not usually. If he was on the wall, he did.
He had to ask for permission to go to the restroom.
Because he was supposed to be standing still.
Handcuff transactions, we've talked about that. So let's get back to your statement to to Detective Peasky. You didn't tell the detective about the warm bath, but you told him that you realized how skinny he was the night before and threatened to take to the
No, sir.
and you didn't make him a piece of toast and give it to him. and
It's
make
not
him
me,
eat it, did you?
No, sir, I
StreamYard
have no idea why I said that. I was
or the
I was
video.
traumatized. I actually didn't come out of the first month I was in jail. I wish the Lydia that used to work for the public defender's office visited me, and she said it was pretty obvious that I was under severe trauma.
Mhm.
I didn't eat for my first month.
This
Who
was-
cares if you ate,
They were
bitch?
searching your house on July 6th while you were sitting in your house.
Yes.
So
Exactly
you
when
can-
we're supposed to.
better tell him, yeah, he looked a little skinny last night, and I thought I should take him to the ER and then make some toast with butter on it and watch him eat it, and he walked away. None of that happened, did it?
No, I don't even remember that.
But you had the presence of mind to lie to the officer at the time when he was investigating.
Like I said, I was traumatized. I don't remember this, sir.
You were traumatized because your ass
You
got
wouldn't come
caught.
upstairs when she slept
And your
at night.
son
She walked
died.
down to the
You had
last
no
of the
one else
stairs
to
and asked for a
torture.
second to kiss. That didn't happen either, did it?
I don't remember. I mean, I would assume not, but I don't remember.
In fact, you're acknowledging that video that shows you dragging him into a small room, looking like he does when he dies, calling him a dummy for breathing with his mouth open, is actually what you did to him the night before he died, right?
If that's what it shows, I don't remember, sir.
Your statement to Detective Peasky continues. She got ready for work in the morning and went to check on him. She said his name, but he did not respond. She put her hand on his chest and he was not breathing. She remembered her 20-year-old son, Paul, helping her get him off the bed. That was all a lie, wasn't it?
Yes, sir.
You know where he was when you found him that morning, right?
In the closet.
In the small room. And prior to that, you told Officer Stefanich, well, it was about 5:30. He fell out of bed and I had to go and put him back into bed. Also a lie, right?
Yes, sir. I have no idea why I said that, sir. Like I said, I was traumatized.
You told Detective Peasky that Timothy stated he was on a hunger strike 2 weeks ago. This is 2 weeks before he dies. He goes on a hunger strike.
Yes, sir.
Did he go on a hunger strike?
Yes, sir, he did.
Show me the text message between you and Paul where it says that he's on a hunger strike.
I don't know if I ever texted him about it, sir. We talked about it, but I never texted. I mean, if it's not in there, we didn't text about everything.
You never texted Paul about him being on a hunger strike.
Yes,
I
she
would've seen that in
is.
person, I wouldn't have said that over text message. That would have been important.
But Paul has to watch him for the day when you're not home, right?
Yes, sir.
So it'd be Paul's responsibility to get him some food, right?
Yes, sir.
So while he's on a hunger strike, instead of talking about the hunger strike, your response to that is give him 4 slices of bread with hot sauce on it. And if he eats them and waits 30 minutes, he can eat 4 without,
Yep.
right?
I don't know what day that was, sir. If you're,
Well, let's find it. and
She
make
was
sure.
traumatized.
I mean,
You
we tried
did.
to, just because he wasn't eating, we tried to feed him. That was,
And the best solution you come up with is force him to eat the bread with hot sauce on it. That was the response to the hunger strike?
I don't remember. I mean, it wasn't, we tried to feed him. That's all I remember.
That's all she remembers, guys. She tried to
So
feed
when did
him,
the hunger strike have started?
but he ate raw ground beef, frozen chicken nuggets, and she was going to give him 2 pizza rolls, frozen.
Again, you never looked at the bone thin photo to see what kind of condition he was in before he goes on this hunger strike.
15 years old,
Did it
brown-eyed.
ever occur to you
brown-eyed
that he's on a
cutie.
hunger strike now? And I know
He
Paul
was
is-
69 pounds when he died.
You know, he's bone thin. I think we actually need to feed him. We need to actually feed him. It never occurred to you that maybe you should go back and look at that text message now and see what condition he was in at the time?
No, sir, when something's out of sight, it's out of
Exactly
mind.
when
Once I
this
scrolled
was-
up, I don't scroll back to the text messages.
Out of sight, out of mind. That applies to Timothy as well, doesn't it?
That applies to a lot of things, sir. It's not just, I mean, if
Not
Little Man
just
wasn't,
Timothy.
no, if Little Man was not in front of me right then I wasn't necessarily thinking about it. Paul wasn't.
She's a bitch.
June 19th, you can do his bread with hot sauce at any time. Though
Don't forget, he died in July.
Put more hot sauce on than you did yesterday, please. And he has to eat at least 3 slices with hot sauce, but he may have more as long as they have plenty of hot sauce on him. That was June 19th. Was he on his hunger strike then?
I would assume not. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have an exact date.
That was about 2 weeks before he passed away, and that's when you said the hunger strike started. Is that right?
Yes, sir. But
Did it occur to you that the hunger strike was because he didn't enjoy eating bread with hot sauce on it?
did it occur to me? No, sir, because he did it way back in January and that wasn't the case.
June 21st, how is everything? Did you make him eat his bread with hot sauce? Yeah, and that's when it's he gets 4 with hot sauce and then 4 more, 30 minutes. That was June 21st. You don't know if the hunger strike started there then?
I don't know, sir. Like I said, I can only guesstimate. That's. The only reason I remember the 3 weeks the first time around is because it was right after the stroke and he started eating again before the end of January.
Right. Did you think he's on?
See, when she kept saying right after the stroke, I thought she was talking about Timothy, but she was talking about her second husband, Adam. And she says that after Adam had the stroke and had to move out, that was the catalyst for Timothy's bad behavior or his change in behavior, she said.
The second hunger strike now. I really need to get him some treatment for this.
Did I think along those lines? No, sir. He admitted to being, he told us very early on after the stroke that he was taking advantage of that because we didn't have the extra set of eyes with my husband and he was being difficult. He actually,
See, there it
he
goes.
told me that his dad and stepmom used to let him get away with everything. Whether that's true or not, I don't know, but I've always been the stricter parent anyway. And he told me on multiple occasions that if he thought that if he pushed me hard enough that I would just quit making him do stuff and I wouldn't make him cooperate.
All right, well, here's an exchange from June 29th. Maybe this can shed some light on the hunger strike feeding situation. Trust me, I know he's
A
thin.
week later, he was dead.
Trust me, I know he's thin. That was your text, no? Paul's, you sent
I
Paul
don't
that
remember the
right?
text, but I mean,
You don't remember that one either.
no.
Nope.
Trust me, I know he's thin. That being said, he told me a week and a half ago that he wanted to be thin to make me feel bad for punishing him. You don't get to grump at him for that, though I already lit into him plenty for it. Is this while he's on his hunger strike?
I mean, I would assume so. Yes, sir.
This is June 29th. This is
Yes,
about
sir.
8 days before he dies.
Yeah, I would assume
8
so.
days.
And Paul's response is, of course he did. And your response to that is, yeah, so while I want to fix it, he will get most of his calories from plain bread and rice for, pulling that. He will get plenty of calories, but not get to enjoy them that way, That doesn't sound like somebody who's on a hunger strike.
Nope,
Can you
doesn't.
clarify that for me, please?
I don't remember, but
Damn, her
I
memory
know
was
he wasn't
bad.
eating. There was,
Continues on, KK. So yeah, we'll tell you more about what he can eat later, June 29th.
just because we offered him food doesn't, I mean, we offered him food when he was on the hunger strike in January. At least I did. I mean, I would assume Paul did as well.
Okay, so if your child is on a hunger strike, wouldn't you take your child to a doctor to see what you can do to get him to eat, especially if this goes on for more than 2 or 3 days? Wouldn't you, as a responsible parent, take your child to see a physician? You, bitch, did this on purpose. You deserve to rot in hell.
But just because you offered stuff, I mean, you couldn't, even though it says try to force him to eat, you couldn't force him to eat stuff. I mean, if he
You
didn't,
heard
The
Paul's
doctors
testimony
could
yesterday that he
put his
had
ass in a
force
hospital.
him to eat the bread sauce, the bread with hot sauce on it, didn't you?
yes, sir, I don't know what he means by that.
It's interesting you use the phrase, we tried to tempt him with food. That came up while he was in the ice bath, didn't it? Tempting him with food.
Do you mean the day before he passed?
Yes.
I mean, if I said, yes, sir. I mean,
You told Paul to heat up some pizza rolls because G needed the pizza rolls anyway, right? You remember that?
yes, sir.
You
I
remember
don't
this?
remember the text message.
Don't
but
remember. So this falls in the I don't remember category as well.
That's
Because the text message says, heat one up, hold it in front of him, but be ready to pull away if he tries to grab it. You don't remember sending any of that?
I don't remember it. No, sir.
Of course not. You're traumatized. Girl, you bitch. You bitch.
You heard the text messages read yesterday,
Yes,
correct?
sir, I did.
Is it fair to say that you just don't remember those text messages?
Most of them, I don't remember.
Most of them.
Most of them that incriminate your ass, you
That's
don't
your rewind.
remember.
I can pretty much guarantee I don't remember most of that either. I don't, and it's not just my text with Paul.
You don't remember anything.
No, sir, I don't.
But somehow you were able to hold down a job as a judicial clerk during that time period, right?
Yes, sir. My
And
only,
you were able to at least provide dog training to one client at that time, correct?
yes, sir.
And you remembered to tell Paul to get up and walk Sharma just about every morning, didn't you?
I mean, that would be automatic. It'd be reflex. If it's in there, then I would assume so. Yes, sir.
That would be reflex. To tell Paul to get up and walk Sharma, is that what you're saying?
Exactly, Commander.
I mean, if it's a habit, if I do it enough times, then And plus it served to get Paul out of bed when I left. Because he'd like to go back to sleep.
You told the officer that there was an alarm on the basement door, this is the small closet, because there was some sewing stuff stored in it. That was a lie, wasn't it?
Yes, sir. There was sewing stuff stored in it before he asked to do that, but
But the
I
alarm
don't know why I
wasn't-
told him that.
The alarm wasn't on there because there was sewing stuff on it.
Nope.
No, sir.
The alarm was on it because Timothy was supposed to be in there, right?
I mean, as far as I know, like I said, I don't.
She don't remember, guys.
You don't remember, but you were able to lie to the police officer at the time?
I don't remember talking to the police. I mean, I don't remember this part of the conversation with the police officer, sir.
You tell the officer that there were cameras in the home because G would strip down naked and wander around. Well, that wasn't the only reason the cameras were in the house, was it?
No, sir.
You left out all the other details about that you had to monitor Timothy and make sure he didn't go certain places and sneak places and be deceitful, right? You didn't tell the officer that, did you?
Apparently not. I don't know why I didn't, but
You said he fell out of bed and you went and had to get him and put him back into bed. He never fell out of bed that night, did he?
not as far as I know. I don't remember, sir.
Well, you know he didn't sleep in the bed that night, don't you?
Well, yeah, so I'm sorry.
So saying that you got up at 5:30 and had to put him back into bed, and then
He slept in the damn closet.
Sometime with the ending in the 30 because you learned at that point the rigor mortis had already set in and he'd been deceased for a number of hours. That was still a lie, wasn't it?
I mean, yes, sir. I don't remember any of this. I'm sorry.
The hot sauce in the bathroom downstairs was for food, but it wasn't, was it? The hot sauce was for punishment, right?
It was also to put on food.
But you didn't mention that. Oh, we also use hot sauce as a form of punishment, did you?
Apparently not.
I'm guessing you probably didn't mention the officer. Oh, we also had the crazy idea yesterday to pour some hot sauce on his.
Nope, she
penis
didn't.
For a punishment. You didn't mention that either, did you?
Apparently not, sir. Like I said, I don't remember.
You told the officer that you did not restrict Timothy's movement at night with shackles. That was also a lie, wasn't it?
Again, I don't remember, sir. I know we talked about it, but as far as overnight, no.
And we
You
wonder
were
why he
restricted
shit on
movement with
himself.
shackles, didn't you? Whether it was zip ties or handcuffs or leg shackles.
I mean, I can only go back based on the text messages. I don't know.
Why did you wait 20 minutes to call 911 after you found Timothy deceased in the small closet in the small room?
I have no idea, honestly. I learned of that gap, just a couple of days ago. The whole day is surreal to me. So
You know how
have no
long
idea
it took
why-
you to call 911, girl. Stop.
I can't imagine waiting, but apparently it happened. I don't know.
She was traumatized.
Do you remember Paul asking you, should we call 911?
I don't remember him ever asking. Because I was the one that called, and I was the one. I remember performing CPR, and he did help me out a little bit when I got tired to take over a little bit.
Mhm.
I mean, I can't imagine ever saying no to that.
But if it's on the video, that's what you said, right?
If it's on there.
We know you're lying, girl.
So if the video showed that it begins with you with movement outside of the room at about 6:19:21, 911 is actually called. You tell Paul you have to call at 6:37, so that's about 18 minutes, isn't it?
I mean, let's see, 19. Yeah, that's 18 months.
And Timothy was never responsive to you, was he?
No, sir.
His eyes were wide open, completely glazed over, weren't they?
As far as I remember, yes, sir.
He never moved, never took a breath, never did anything, did he?
No, sir.
While this is all going on, you tell Paul, we'll have to tell them he was on a hunger strike, right? Remember telling him that?
No, I don't.
Don't remember that either?
No, sir.
Do you remember telling Paul, or do you remember saying, put his pants on to make it look like he's been this way?
I don't remember saying that.
Do you remember asking Paul to put the belt on to make it sure that that's the way he looked?
No, sir.
But if they're on video, you said those things,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Demonic. Okay,
Maynard,
we have a minute left of her testimony, and then we're done with her, and we're going
Is
to
it
talk
true?
about Jonathan Majors.
Timothy had just become nothing more than an annoyance for you. He
Yep.
wasn't even a human being in your eyes.
He was an annoyance for her.
That's absolutely not true.
Should have sent him back to his dad.
Thank
Okay.
you, Your Honor. My next witness
So-
is already in the witness chair.
Oh, that's
and that is
Paul. Okay.
Ferguson.
Let's
All
see
right,
what
Mr.
Paul has
Ferguson,
to
can you
say.
please rise and raise your right hand as best you can? In this matter now pending, do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, you put your hand down, grab a seat. Please state your name for the record, spelling your first name and last name.
Paul Ferguson,
Hi, damn it, Mandy.
Paulferguson.
Mr. Ferguson, you are testifying here today, and is it your
Susan.
understanding that you do have an agreement with the Muskegon County Prosecutor's Office in exchange for your testimony today against your mother, the defendant in this case, Shonda Vanderhart?
Yes, sir.
See, I didn't
And,
see his
Is it your
testimony.
understanding that as part of that agreement, the people have agreed that none of your testimony today would be used against you should you exercise your right to have a trial in the pending criminal matter against you?
Yes, sir.
And is it also your understanding that in exchange for your testimony today, you understand that the prosecutor's office will make representations to the judge that oversees your case if such time is reached that you are sentenced in that matter, and that you hope to get some sentencing benefit as a result of your testimony today?
Yes, sir.
And is that in exchange for your truthful testimony today?
Yes, sir.
Are you aware of any other promises in regards to your testimony today?
No, sir.
And and for clarity's sake, you are also charged in this matter involving
Yeah.
the death of your brother. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And what charges it brought against you at this point?
Child abuse first degree.
And what do you understand the potential maximum penalty for? Well, you know what? Strike that. I won't ask that question. And you are prepared to testify today. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And you understand that your attorney that represents you in your pending criminal matter is present in the courtroom. That's Mr. Eldon Brady. And if at any time you need to ask him any questions or take a break, you just let us know. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Ferguson, I'd like to start by just talking a little bit about your
Hi,
home in
Lucille.
Norton Shores.
Good
at the
morning,
time that
Merry
your brother passed
Christmas.
away.
Hi,
And so you
Susan.
understand, and I'll try
Good
to
morning.
make sure that I ask these questions.
I
very
didn't see
carefully
his
because you haven't been
testimony, so-
present for this entire trial.
If you guys,
You have a younger brother. We are not
Oh,
using
see
your
it now.
younger brother's name today. Okay, so we're just going to use the initial G when we talk about your younger brother. So try to remember as best you can that if I ask a question that somehow involves your younger brother, that we're not going to say his name. Okay, can you do that?
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll try to ask those
I
questions.
miss
very
you on
carefully so that
screen,
we don't get into
Zio.
that issue. But besides your younger brother G and yourself, at the time that your brother Timothy Ferguson passed away, who was living at the house in Norton Shores
Um,
besides you and your younger brother? Who else was living in the house?
my mother and sorry, my little brother, though he was at my grandparents at the time, my step grandparents.
And obviously your younger brother, if you can put it that way, but your youngest brother is the one that we're not identifying by name. He was living in the house at the time that your next youngest brother Timothy Ferguson passed away, correct?
Yes, sir.
And your mother was also living in that house as well.
Yes.
And is she in the courtroom right now?
Yes, sir.
As best you can you kind of point her out or maybe say what she's wearing right now?
Her hair is in two braids. She's got, I think that's a black sweatshirt.
I think that's sufficient for the record to reflect the witnesses identified the defendant.
look at him. What did you do to this young man?
Now let's back up just a little bit from the time your brother Timothy actually passed away.
He's nervous.
When did Timothy come to live with you and your mother in that house?
May 27th of 2001.
2001. Was it maybe 2021?
21.
Okay.
I'm so
That's
sorry.
okay. That's okay. So in May of 2021, Timothy came to live with you. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And at the time when Timothy came to live with you, besides yourself and G, was there somebody else that was living in the house during that time period?
His stepfather.
Other than my mother and half brother, my stepfather Adam.
Hmm.
And your stepfather, Adam, was he married to your mother at that time?
Yes.
And is he actually the father of your younger brother, G?
No.
No.
But your mother is the mother to you and to Timothy and to G. Is that right?
He is scared of her.
She's your mother. She's Timothy's mother. She's G's mother. Is it better like that?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Right? And at some point in time, did something happen to Adam where he wasn't living in the home anymore?
He suffered a stroke in January.
Did he leave the house at that point?
Yes.
When he left the house at that point, then when it became just you, your two brothers, and your mother living in the home?
Yes, sir.
And when Adam suffered the stroke, was he physically able to do anything to provide any care to either you or to Timothy or to G?
No.
No.
And where did Adam go when he left the house after the stroke?
After the hospital, he went to live with my step grandparents, my in-laws, in their house in West Olive.
When did the stroke happen?
January.
And from the time the stroke happened, was he ever back in the home in any way?
No.
No.
And the folks that he went to live with were his parents, is that right?
Yes.
Yes.
And they live in West Olive down in Ottawa County?
Yeah.
So those would be like your step grandparents?
Yes.
And they'd be Timothy's step grandparents as well, is that right?
Yes.
Now, in addition to your younger brothers that we've talked about, do you have any older siblings as well?
Yes.
Who are your older siblings?
My biological brother Nolan, stepsister Chelsea, stepbrother Chris. There's, I don't know exactly how to put it. Step brother and sister, Kenzie and Xavier, I suppose would be the terminology.
But biologically speaking, you have an older brother, Nolan, is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
And Nolan is how much older than you?
2 years.
2 years older than you.
Yes.
And was there ever a time where he lived with you at the house in Norton Shores?
No.
Where does Nolan live?
North Carolina.
So Timothy came to live with you, and prior to Timothy coming to live with you, was it just you and G and your mom and stepdad in the house at that time?
Yes.
So you went from 4 people in the house to 5 people in the house in May of 2021.
Yes.
And then back down to 4 people when Adam unfortunately had his stroke in
I
January
said 6,
of
I'm sorry.
2022.
Yes.
It was 5.
Now, around shortly after the time of the stroke, did there come a point in time where you became involved in having to administer some discipline to your younger brother, to Timothy?
Yes.
We'll talk about some specifics, but we've already had some text messages read, and you've had an opportunity to kind of hear about some of those text messages throughout this, right?
Yes, sir.
And you sent text messages back and forth between yourself and your mother.
Oh, he rolled
We
his
had those
eyes
text
at her.
messages
Did you
from
see
January
that?
through the time of your brother's death in July of 2022. Is that your understanding?
Yes, sir.
Did you guys notice he rolled his eyes at her? Oh my God.
At some point in time in February, there's a discussion fairly early in those text messages about blocking Timothy's access to food.
He
Can you
does,
describe what was
Commander,
happening
he
at that
does.
time and how he was restricted from getting access to food?
He was sneaking food that was not necessary at that time. And it was solved by placing locks on the fridge, freezer, and pantry.
He said that was
When
never
you say he was
a lock
sneaking
on
food
the
that wasn't necessary, who would make that determination that it wasn't necessary?
Shonda,
And what type of food are we talking about that he would sneak that wasn't necessary?
sweets or anything he could really get his hands on.
He was hungry.
So as early as February, there was restriction. The locks were going on the freezer and the refrigerator, and you said there was also some type of lock on the pantry. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And we've heard a text exchange, but at some point a little bit later, as things are
He is
progressing into April, was
nervous.
there a time where Timothy was doing something to get the locks off of the pantry door?
He was pulling them off by hand.
And what were you instructed to do as a result of him pulling the pantry door locks off?
Oh my God.
Let me ask you this way: were you given some instruction to replace that lock?
Yes,
And who gave you that instruction?
Shonda.
Shonda. He doesn't call her his mother.
And what was your understanding of why you were locking the pantry back up?
Because he was sneaking food.
Let's talk about your brother Timothy for just a little bit. Did Timothy have some special needs?
Yes,
What was your understanding of what his special needs were?
he was attention deficit hyperactive disorder, as well as autistic. He had speech and motor impairments.
Speech and what type of impairments?
Motor impairments, movement impairments.
Movement impairments?
Yes,
And at the time that he came to live with you, was he supposed to be taking some medication?
yes,
And did he stop taking his medication?
yes.
Why did he stop taking his medication?
And could you please reiterate?
Yeah, I guess a better way of saying it is who made the decision for him to stop taking his medication?
Shonda.
As far as you know, from the time that Timothy came to live with you in May of 2021 in Norton Shores to the time of his death, did you ever see Timothy go to a doctor?
No,
No,
Did Timothy go to school?
no.
not public, no.
How was he schooled?
Home.
Home.
When we say homeschool, what would that entail?
At first, it was assignments on a tablet, and then my mother restricted it to where she would print out the assignments, and he would sit downstairs and do them.
So he never went to school and never went to a doctor, as far as you could see.
Yes, sir.
Basically, from January, from the time of the stroke moving forward, was Timothy allowed to even leave the house?
No,
When, if ever, was he ever allowed to go outside?
to walk the dogs sometimes
And when he would walk the dogs, where was it that he would walk the dogs?
in the backyard, out of sight.
Was there ever some physical discipline that was involved with him being outside as well?
Yes,
What was that discipline?
he was made to run up and down the patio stairs.
And those are stairs in the back of your house?
Yes, sir.
Are those visible at all from the front of the house?
Nope.
No, sir.
Visible to anyone walking by on the street or driving by, anything of that nature?
No, sir.
There are some text messages referenced in there where there's a discussion about doing the stairs chasing style. What is that, if you remember?
Following close behind him to ensure he moves faster.
Oh my God.
And who would be the one that would chase him if that was taking place?
I had to.
Oh, you deserve jail time
What was,
too.
besides, you've talked about some of the
'Cause you knew
the
this
special
was wrong.
needs that Timothy had when he came to live with you. What was his overall physical appearance, though, when he first came to live with you?
He wasn't skinny, but he wasn't extremely overweight. He had
Okay. So he was healthy. Okay.
a good amount of chubbiness to him.
So we're a little chubby?
Yes.
Obviously, as we all know, and now the jury's already seen some of the photographs that went away at some point in time. When did the food restriction on Timothy start, with the locks going on the refrigerator and the freezer and the pantry and things of that nature? When did that actually begin?
When whispers, why did he not have any outside support? Most families do when they have a child with disability. If they did, this would have been caught sooner. He went there. I don't think she ever gave him back to his dad. I think listening to him right now saying he was a little chubby when she said that none of her kids were overly, they were all thin. I think to her, he was too heavy. And then she started starving him to make him lose weight. Probably she got frustrated with him because he was autistic. And the fact that she probably doesn't have a good relationship with the ex-husband, she was doing this as punishment because the ex-husband had custody of Nolan, Millie, and Timothy. So maybe he went for a visit and she never sent him back. Who knows? But she's a disgusting piece of shit.
Sometime in February.
Good morning, Just Vito. He's disgusting.
There's been some testimony already about
He had him for a
Timothy
year.
going on a hunger strike around the time of Adam's stroke.
He went there May 27, 2021, and I think he died July 9th, 2022, a little over a year.
To your knowledge, did Timothy ever go on a hunger strike when Adam had his stroke?
No, sir.
There's also a reference to him going on another hunger strike about 2 weeks before he passed away. Excuse me, did that happen?
No, sir.
So she lied and said he was on a hunger strike. Her son said, no, sir.
The police have indicated that at the time they searched her residence, there were a number of cameras seized, as well as some other items. So let's talk about the cameras first. What was the purpose of the cameras being inside the residence?
To watch Timothy.
And who would be watching Timothy on those cameras?
My mother, or when she couldn't,
Now
she
he
had
called
me
for
do
his
so.
mother.
And how is it that you would kind of explain for the jury, if you can, how is it that you watched the cameras so you could watch what Timothy was doing?
I would log into the app on my phone, and it would alert me if there was a motion movement.
So you had you had your phone and you had some type of app on there that was connected to those cameras.
Several, yes.
And you said that you were also alerted to movement. Were there motion sensors in the home?
Yes, and the cameras also had that feature as well. They activated on motion.
And what was the restriction on Timothy's movement that would cause those cameras to go off? Where was he limited to?
Could you please reiterate?
Yeah. Where is it that, where could Timothy go, basically?
Mainly, he was restricted to the downstairs area, to a closet downstairs.
The downstairs area actually contained 2 bedrooms. One was yours and one was G's bedroom. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And there was also a bunk bed that was out in that area that I believe that the defendant indicated was Timothy's bunk bed. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Where did he actually sleep most nights?
In the closet.
See,
And
in the
what
closet.
did you call the closet? Was there a name you used to refer to the closet?
The small
The
room.
small room.
And what was in the small room if Timothy was in the small room?
There was a camera monitoring him, even when he slept.
Was there an alarm on the door as well?
Yes, sir.
Some type of motion sensor or alarm?
Motion, vibration, yes.
So we had that on the door and then a camera actually inside the room as well. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And were there times where you were required to watch that camera?
Yes, sir.
And to your knowledge, were there times when your mother was watching that camera as well?
Yes, sir.
Was there a restriction on how much Timothy could move while he was inside that closet?
Could you please reiterate, sir?
Were there any restrictions on his movement inside the closet, or was it he could move around however he wanted inside the closet?
There were restrictions.
What were the restrictions on his movement?
Hands on his head, normally?
Hands on his head, is that what you indicated?
Yes,
Was some form of discipline for him?
yes. On his knees and against a corner or wall of the room.
And when you say hands on head, I'm going to demonstrate, just putting my hands just over my head like this. Is that what he was required to do?
Yes,
He was required to be on his knees as well? Say yes.
yes, sir.
You have to say yes or no, because this is
I
being recorded.
apologize.
You're fine. No, that's fine. Everybody makes that mistake. It's not a problem. And was he monitored to make sure that he was doing those things?
Yes, sir.
And for how long would he have to do these things?
Several hours.
Oh
And
my
that was inside his
closet.
closet, for lack of a better way of putting it, what you referred to as the small room, correct?
Yes, sir.
Were there also times when he was required to stand against the wall?
Yes, sir.
And would that be in the closet, or would that be in other places in the house?
At times it would be upstairs by the back door or on the wall between me and G's room.
And when he would stand against the wall, how long were we talking about that he would be required to do that?
Hours, sometimes overnight.
Oh my God.
At some point, did you utilize some type of alarm or alarms on his body to alert you if he was moving?
A vibration detector, yes.
Was there more than one that he was required to wear at times?
At times, yes.
Where were those devices located on his body?
They were normally tied to the loop of his belt
Oh my
or the back
God.
loop of his pants. I apologize.
And was there something placed on his wrist as well at any point?
Handcuffs.
Oh my
and
God.
Before that, zip ties.
Oh my goodness.
When you say zip cuffs, are those put together with zip ties?
Yes.
And those were designed to restrict what?
Movement.
Of what part of his body?
His hands.
I think there's a text exchange that the jury's heard a couple of times where it's referencing him tightening those zip cuffs on his wrist. Do you recall that?
Yes, sir.
And so what was happening that caused you to send that text message and have that exchange with your mother about those zip cuffs?
He was complaining about them being too tight.
And what was your mother's response when he was complaining about those being too tight?
To leave them and she'd deal with it after she got home.
And she works for the courts. Never
The jury has
called for
some
help.
clarity in terms of a schedule here. You and your mother worked basically different shifts, for lack of a better way of putting it. Is that fair to say?
Yes, sir.
What was your job at that?
I worked as a dishwasher at Applebee's.
And was that which Applebee's?
The one in Grand Haven right off the bridge.
What was your normal shift that you would work?
4 to close.
What at that time was your mother working as well?
Could you reiterate?
Did your mother have a job as well?
Yes.
Where was your mother working?
He's got problems
As
too.
a court scribe, I believe you would call it.
Okay, and where physically was that job?
That I remember of, did she say here at this courthouse?
So there was a time she worked at the Muskegon County Courthouse?
Yes,
Do you remember a time when she worked in a northern county at a courthouse as well?
I believe so, yes.
And what was her normal hours that she would work?
6 a.m. to 6 p.m.
For 2 hours, he was by himself.
So would it be fair to say that you two were not together in the house very often?
Yes,
So whose responsibility was it to keep an eye on Timothy if she was not?
His.
mine.
And vice versa, like if you were not in the home, who would take the responsibility of watching Timothy at that point in time?
She would.
But the small room that you've described, at some point in time, there was a tarp placed in there, is that right?
Yes, sir.
And what was the reason there was a tarp placed in that room?
Due to Timothy's bladder problem, Shonda didn't want him urinating on the floor.
Oh my God.
Would that be something that he would do?
Yes,
Did he wear some type of adult diaper?
adult diaper, yes.
Oh my God.
And, let me ask it this way. If Timothy had to go to the bathroom, how would he go to the bathroom?
On himself.
He would have to ask and he would be timed.
Oh my
And
God.
who would do the timing?
Whichever one of us was there.
So he'd basically has to ask permission to go to the bathroom.
Yes, sir.
And what time was he allowed to go to the bathroom?
For urinating, it was a minute. For
You can say the word, it's okay.
taking a poop, it was 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
And who set those time limits?
Shonda,
Well, damn. I'm gonna have to start timing myself. That's a nice
I've
crowd.
seen a lot of text messages and references to hot sauce and hot sauce retrieved from the home. At some point in time, were you asked to start feeding him bread with hot sauce on it?
Yes.
And who asked you to do that?
Shonda.
Why were you giving him bread with hot sauce on it?
Because he was supposedly misbehaving.
Supposedly.
And how would you describe to the jury what you would do to do that and to make him eat the bread with hot sauce?
I would put it on bread, have him stand in the kitchen area near the back door and watch him eat until he finished.
And was he required to eat it until it was all gone?
Yes, sir.
Did
Exactly,
it
Craig.
ever look like he wanted to eat the bread with hot sauce?
No,
Were there times where you were told that he could have something besides bread with hot sauce on it if he ate the bread with hot sauce first?
regular bread, yes.
So he had to eat that bread with hot sauce first, and then he could have some regular bread.
Yes.
Did he have to wait a period of time before he could eat the regular bread, though?
Yes, sir.
What, do you remember about what that was? About how long?
30 minutes?
With taking out the bread out of the
Yeah,
equation,
30
was hot
minutes
sauce
eat the bread,
used
with a
in
minute
some
to
other fashion as a
eat
form
and
of
2 minutes to
discipline for him?
poop. Got you.
It was poured directly into his mouth.
And who would do that?
Shonda.
Me or Shonda, me under her orders.
And
You sick,
it's
bitch.
just like what you sound like. How did you do that?
Had him open his mouth and poured it in.
There's some text messages. Do you recall a text message exchange with your mother in, I believe it's around April or so, where you've alerted her to the fact that he's eaten some part of a burger?
Yes,
Do you recall that?
yes.
What was it? What part of the burger is it that he ate?
Just the crust.
And what was your mother's response when you told her that he had eaten the crust of that burger?
Make him throw it up.
Did you try to do that?
I tried at first, yes.
How did you try to do that?
Putting a finger into his mouth as
Oh my
instructed to the back of his throat to induce vomiting.
Yep, she
So who
knows.
gave you the instruction to put your finger in the back of his throat?
Shonda?
Oh my God.
We don't see a text message to that effect. Were you two also communicating by camera as well?
Yes.
The cameras had was it a two-way capability, basically? You could
Yes.
talk to the camera.
You
somebody
could
on the
talk
camera.
and they could hear. At certain times, it could be activated.
Was there ever any other time where she instructed you to make Timothy throw up?
Yes.
About how many times did she instruct you to do that?
3 or 4?
Girl, you know you are done for, which we know you were fucking guilty.
At some point in time, was there a form of discipline introduced that involved you placing Timothy in a cold tub?
Yes.
And what was the mechanism for that? How did you do that?
Clog the tub, plug it,
I think
Turn on the
ooh,
water
Elizabeth,
and-
that's a good point.
take the ice that was in our ice maker upstairs and put it in
Oh my gosh.
and have him get in.
Initially, how long was he supposed to sit in the cold water?
30 minutes.
30 minutes.
And that, when we say cold water, we actually mean water with ice cubes in it? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
And how often, when did that start in relation to when Timothy died? If you remember.
I do not remember the exacts.
And do you know about how many times you did that up until the day the day before Timothy died?
Before the day that Timothy died?
The day before Timothy died, we'll get to that in just a moment, and I believe that.
3 then.
So you remember doing it 3 times before the day before Timothy
She
died?
really
Yes.
is.
And who would direct you to put him in the ice bath?
Sonda.
Shonda?
Shitta.
Was there some type of camera in the bathroom as well?
Yes, on the counter.
Yep, she had to make sure he was in there
Was that
for 30
camera
minutes.
monitored by somebody if you were in the bathtub, or if you were in the bathroom with Timothy?
Shonda?
Were you instructed to stay in the bathroom with Timothy when he was in the tub?
Yes.
Why?
To ensure that he couldn't get comfortable or try to turn the water hot.
Oh my God.
And what would you, if you tried to move around, what were you instructed to do?
I don't quite understand.
If
If he
you
tried
said that
to
you
turn
were
the
supposed
water
to make
hot.
sure that he stayed uncomfortable, how were you supposed to make him uncomfortable in an ice bath?
Put his body at an odd angle that was not a comfortable position to be in.
When he was in the tub, would he try to rest his head somewhere?
On his shoulder, yes, or the lip of the tub.
Is that allowed?
No, he's got some kind of problems too.
I know this is difficult for you, Paul, and you and I have had a number of conversations about this matter. But I need you to look at a text message that you sent to your mother. It's got a photo that you took of your brother. Remember sending that text message?
Yes, sir.
For the
Nobody,
record, this is People's 36A. This has been previously shown to the jury. Who took that photo of your brother?
Me?
And you sent it to your mother?
Yes, sir,
Why did you send it to your mother?
because I was concerned with how thin he was.
That photo was taken on, do you remember what the date was?
Not the exact, no.
If your phone indicated it was June 13th, you'd have no reason to dispute that.
No, sir.
And you just became, again, the reason you sent it to your mother was why?
Because I was concerned about how thin he was.
Can you remember what your mother told you to give him after you sent her that photograph?
Bread?
And then is there a reference to bread and some peanut butter?
Yes.
So at that point, your brother's very skinny, right? Was he eating regular meals at that point?
No.
Were you still administering the hot sauce on the bread as a form of punishment for him during that time period?
Yes.
yes.
And did that continue all the way up until the time of his death?
He was 15
Yes.
years old.
Did he ever eat any
9 pounds.
normal type of meal leading up to his death after you took that photo and sent it to your mother?
That day I made him an actual real meal, an actual peanut butter and jelly sandwich, as well as scrambled some eggs and put cheese in them.
Did you tell your mother you made that meal for him?
No,
No, sir,
Why not?
because I didn't want her to be upset with me.
look how he's looking at her. Oh my God.
Let's move up to the day before your brother passed away. Do you remember the day before your brother died?
Yes,
He was unresponsive when I was told to get him up.
he was
So
unresponsive
you were
the day
given some
before.
instructions to wake him up in the morning?
Yes,
Was your mother already at work?
yes,
Were the cameras activated at that point though?
yes.
So your responsibility when you had to go wake him up was what? Just to do what? To get him up?
Just wake him up, which normally wasn't difficult before then.
And this is the day before he passed
The
away.
day
Was it difficult
before,
on
he
that
was
day?
unresponsive.
Did you scream at him and yell at him to get him to try to wake up?
Yes,
And at some point were you instructed to do something with him because he wouldn't wake up?
put him in an ice bath.
And did you do that?
Yes,
Was he able to, where was he sleeping that night?
In the
closet.
closet, of course.
So when you went to wake him up and he was unresponsive, was he still in the closet?
Yes,
Yes, he wasn't in the bed.
How did you get him from the closet to the bathroom with the,
I
Ice
had
bath.
to drag him.
he didn't stand on his own?
He
No.
couldn't. No,
Didn't walk on his own?
No,
Is that enough? Is that
no,
enough? Was he even talking at that point?
no.
Do you remember about what time it was that you put him in the ice bath?
Not exactly. No,
If the text message indicated it was around 2:00, does that sound about right?
yes.
What time did you have to leave for work that particular day?
I was supposed to be at work at 4, but unfortunately, due to a flat tire on my e-bike, I had to wait till 6 for my mother to get home and drive me to work.
So from 2 to 6 until your mother got home, you were home with Timothy, is that right?
Yes,
And where was Timothy that entire time that you were home with him?
in the bath.
In the
oh
ice
my
bath?
God.
Was your mother giving you instructions on what to do with him while he was in that tub at that point in time?
Yes, sir.
What was she telling you? to
Yes, he was, they all looked like they
Um,
were starved.
Make him uncomfortable, and at one point she had me heat up a pizza roll to see if he would be responsive to enticement.
do? Did you actually do that?
Yes,
And what did you, so describe for the jury exactly what you did with that pizza roll with Timothy in the tub.
I held it close, and when he responded, as per instruction, I was to pull it away.
Oh my God.
So did you actually do this?
Yes,
So you actually held a pizza roll in front of him
Yeah, he was
to
on
see if he would
camera.
respond? Is that yes?
yes, sir.
Yes.
I know it's difficult.
Oh my
Did he
God.
respond?
Yes, sir.
What did you do when he tried to respond?
I had to, or as I was told, I pulled it away.
So we didn't get to eat the pizza roll.
No.
No.
This
Do you
bitch.
recall while Timothy was in the tub, an exchange where your mother inquired about pouring hot sauce on his private parts?
I do, yes.
Did you do that?
No. That was beyond cruel, as everything else was.
Ooh, damn. He said that was beyond cruel, as everything else was.
So you put him in the tub around 2. Did your mom come home at 6?
Yes,
And when your mom gets home at 6, did you go to work at that point in time?
she drove me to work, yes.
And was Timothy still in the tub at that point in time?
Yes,
So you and your mom drove to Grand Haven to drop you off at work, and Timothy's just in the tub?
yes, sir.
Was he even physically able to move around at that point in time?
No,
This bitch.
Do you recall getting a text message from your mother around 11:30 or so that night while you were at work?
yes.
And
Though I saw it later than that because I was busy.
so you received the text message, but you didn't actually read it until a little bit later than it was received.
Yes, sir.
And what did you understand from that text message from your mother about where Timothy had been up until the time you were at work at 11:30 at night?
Still in the tub.
Oh my God.
So that's 9 hours.
9
plus
hours.
from the time that you first put him in the tub at 2:00.
Yes,
Plus. Oh, that young man.
When you got home, do you remember about what time you got home that night?
1 o'clock.
How did you get home? Did somebody give you a ride?
Yes, a
So
coworker.
Did your mom didn't pick you up that night, did she?
No.
When you got home at 1:00, did you go to your bedroom
Yes,
downstairs in the basement area, the lower level?
yes, sir.
Did you see Timothy at all?
No,
No,
Did you check on him at all?
no.
no.
When did you next become aware that something was happening with Timothy?
The next morning,
And what happened?
I had had to get up early so that Shonda could drive me to the premises area of work. And I'd gone to the laundry room to get a pair of clean socks and was then made aware that he was not breathing
And where was he at that point in time?
in the closet.
And who made you aware that he wasn't breathing?
Shonda,
Was he on his bunk bed?
no,
That
Was he
no
ever on his
bed.
bunk bed from the time that he was in that small closet until the time the police arrived?
no, sir.
If you know, do you know how much time passed from the time that you first became aware he wasn't breathing until 911 was called?
18 minutes?
And during that 18 minutes, did you tell your mother or ask your mother if you were going to call 911?
Yes, sir.
Do you remember what she said?
No. She said no. Sorry, that was my bad.
I'm sorry. Good. Let's clarify that. Do you remember what your mother said when you asked her if we should call 911?
She said no.
So you didn't call 911 that time.
No.
During that time period, what were you doing?
I was attempting to resuscitate, though it was too late.
Oh my God. You too, Scottish Deborah. Oh my
At the time
God.
when he
Yes.
came out of the small room, how did he get out of the small room at that point? How did his body actually come out of the small room?
Yes,
He
he's in
was
jail.
removed.
By who?
Shonda, and I believe I helped a bit.
What was he wearing when he came out of the room?
Nothing but an adult diaper.
At some point, did you put clothes on him?
Yes,
Who put the clothes on him?
both me and Shonda, per Shonda's
Instructions.
request, order, however you'd like to phrase it.
So before he was wearing the diaper, but you put the clothes on him while he's unresponsive outside of the small room.
Yes.
And do you remember what clothes you put on him?
A hoodie, a pair of my jeans, and Shonda had me remove my belt and put it on him
She tell you why she wanted you to take the belt off and put it on?
because the pants were too big.
You dressed a dead body. You bitch. You bitch.
At some point, the
Oh my
911
God.
is actually called. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And before 911 was called, and I guess let me ask you this: who actually called 911?
Me.
But did Shonda actually talk to the 911 folks? If you remember.
Not that I remember of, no.
Before 911 is called, was there some discussion about a hunger strike?
Yes.
What was the discussion about the hunger strike at that point?
Shonda said to say that he'd gone on a hunger strike.
Or
And
said
that we
who
found
she-
him on the bed.
Seems
Yeah,
obvious, but who was she referring to?
Timothy.
And said that he was found on the bed?
Yes, the bed.
So 911 comes at that point, and then the police are also involved. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
At some point in time, did the police leave you guys alone in the home
Yes.
later that night?
Yes.
And when that happened, did Shonda do anything with any of the items in the house?
She disposed of evidence.
What did she dispose of?
Vibration detectors, a camera upstairs that was not confiscated. She broke the memory chip that was inside into 4 pieces and threw them out the window as we were driving to Grandma and Grandpa Vanderark's.
Oh my God.
So you went down to Grandma Veranda Arks that night,
Yes,
and she disposed of evidence on the way down to.
yes, and the vibration alarms were thrown into a trash can, stuffed in a plastic bag and thrown into a trash can at the Chick-fil-A near our house.
When you say the vibration alarms, are you talking about the sensors that were on the doors?
Yes,
Was one of those the sensor that was on the small room door?
yes.
This is sad. It's almost over with. We have another 2 minutes. You disgusting, disgusting monster. Look at her.
Mr. Ferguson, we've had you testified about some of the alarms that were placed on Timothy's body. Did those alarms, what would those alarms do? I mean, how would they make noise or alert people?
Loud beeping.
Was that something you could hear if you were like, close to the alarms?
Yes, through solid wall even.
And did Timothy have some ear problems?
That attorney is
Yes,
pissed.
sensitive hearing,
Get sensitive hearing?
and had tubes implanted at one point.
To your knowledge, was Shonda aware that he had these hearing problems and the tubes in his ears?
Very much so.
And again, to your knowledge, was it indicated to you that the alarms were a form of punishment for him? That as if they went off, they would be harmful to him, or
Painful.
distracting to him?
I believe so.
And we talked about being made to stand against the wall. Was he made to do
probably
something
wanted
else
to,
against
Commander.
the wall as a form of punishment as well?
Wall sits.
And wall sits for the jurors that
Remember when she was up here, she said that she tried to do CPR. She didn't try to do CPR. Her son did. She said she wasn't even going to call 911. She deserves every piece. Matter of fact, being in jail is too good for this bitch. She's getting treated better than that child was treated. It's a damn shame. Woman, you ought to be ashamed of your fucking self.
might not be aware is what, basically?
Back pressed against the wall, sitting with your
I have no further questions.
Okay, that's it for his testimony. This is sad. Oh, damn.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We'll commence with closing arguments. Mr.
Okay, we got closing arguments. I already watched the closing arguments. I just didn't see his part. Oh my
Good
God.
afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, on behalf of the people of the state of Michigan, I want to thank you for your time and attention to these matters. As we've repeatedly indicated, and as now you've seen.
Yeah, that's
some
low.
evidence in the testimony.
Okay, so I watched the closing arguments on that already, and she's found guilty. She's looking at life in prison, which is where she needs to be, in prison. Oh my God. She needs to be in prison. So I don't know if you guys were following. Yeah, I'm serious. It's too good for her. Too good for her. That young man, Paul, I don't have any I have a little empathy for him because he was in that home and we heard him say her command, her instructions. You can see he was scared of her as well. But you were 19 years old. You have a cell phone. You could have called for help when she was at work. She went from 6 to 6. You were there until you had to be there at 4. At any time, you could have called to get your brother help. And she was working as a court transcriber. You could have gotten your brother help. This is some sick shit. I get it. You're scared. But once they saw what she was doing to him, you wouldn't have to worry about her anymore at all. So I'm just asking, when they would go see the grandparents, his step grandparents, did she take Timothy or did she lock him in a closet? Because he wasn't allowed to leave the house. Because the next thing I want to know is, what did the step grandparents think? Did the father call to check on his child? These are the things that's bugging the hell out of me. Who went there to check on that child because they knew he was there? They knew he was there. Did anybody ask, well, why isn't Tim here? Did the dad call to check on his son? Why didn't he try to get him back? Nope, he didn't go to school. He was homeschooled. He was homeschooling a tablet. Then she took that away. I guess she was scared he might start calling for help. And then she started printing out his assignments. Are you freaking kidding me? No one checked on that child, especially the fact that he was autistic. He had, oh God, no one. So I blame everybody. What about the older brother, Nolan, who got married? What about the sister, Millie? Did anybody check on that child? This is sad. She was even on the stand lying, talking about there was never an alarm on the pantry. When Paul got up there and said there's an alarm on the pantry. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. I wouldn't even waste the time on a trial for her. I wouldn't. Oh my goodness. These goddamn people, oh. Now, Jonathan Majors, the actor, I loved him in, what was that movie? It was on Stars. It was a series. Loved him in that show. Now, I saw the video with him running away from her. Something happened in the car. I saw the video. Hold on. Let me find it because I don't want to play. I had it and I downloaded it. Now I can't freaking find it. Okay. That's what I was looking for. I had the video. I emailed it to myself. And, but when they were in court, they read out all the text messages that he was giving her. They had some kind of scuffle. She was chasing him, but that's not the first time that he's actually put his hands on her. And when she first pressed the charges against him, 40-something people came forward to say that this man was abusive. 40-something people came forward to say he was abusive. Now he's with Megan Good. I don't know what the hell she's thinking about. I have no idea. And then he's telling her that, you know, if she pressed charges against him, you know, he's a good man. And, you know, this is going to ruin his reputation. First of all, you don't put your fucking hands on her. You wouldn't have to worry about that bullshit. But there's a video of her chasing him, and I'm trying to find the whole damn video. I don't want to see the stills. I want to see the damn video. I don't want to see the stills. You can see him running through the streets. He's trying to push her back in the SUV, and he's running, and she's hot on his heels. Something happened in that car. And then he's sending her all of these messages. He says, let me see what the message is, because they released all of this in court. He's telling her that he wants her to act like Michelle Obama, and he wants her to be like Coretta Scott King. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? So hold on, let me show you. I was trying to find the damn video, and I don't know where I put it at. I really don't, because I downloaded this shit last week, and I wanted to show you guys that. But hi, Michelle. He is a sick little bitch, is what he is. So let me go back to here. And so we have his comments here. It's just fake. And I fear you have no perspective of what could happen if you go to the hospital. They will ask you questions as I don't think you actually protect us. It could lead to an investigation. Even if you do lie, they suspect something. She says, I will tell the doctor I bumped my head if I go. I'm going to give it one or more day, but I can't sleep and I need some stronger painkillers. That's all. Why would I want to tell them what really happened when it's clear I want to be with you? Then he tells her, I feel like you want to be together, as in to not embarrass yourself for everything you said to your friends and family. Last night, I considered killing myself versus coming home. You said you need love last night, and I put my feelings aside and tried to give you that. I need love too. Or maybe I'm such a monster and horrible man that I don't deserve it. And I should kill myself. The way of existence is miserable. So he's gaslighting her. He's gaslighting her. This is her as the EMTs are there. I'm trying to bring this. What is this? Oh, I can't hide that. That's her when the EMTs get there. That's him talking to the cops. That's her neck. You'll see the cut behind her. Look at this. Look at her finger. Look at this shit. That's Megan. What the fuck you thinking about, Megan? But okay. That's them. That's the night of the scuffle. So you got the stills. He's pushing her back into the vehicle, and he takes off, and she's trying to grab him. See him running? And she's right behind him. She's right behind him. So I think this whole thing is disgusting. He was found guilty, as he needs to be found guilty, because he is guilty as shit. He is guilty as shit. So I have no sympathy for him. I don't know why Megan Good is there, but you had 40-something women come forward to say this man is a monster. And he's worried about his career. So he was fired from Marvel. He was in the new movie. They fired him yesterday or the day before when he was found guilty. I think it was yesterday. He was fired, as he should be. They should have fired him with the allegations. What, you can't do that until they find him guilty. But you had 40 plus women come forward and say how he was abusive and cruel. That's some shit right there. I'm done with him. But hold on a second. I need to grab something. I'll be right back, and then we're gonna doing for the holidays. Hold on. Okay. I had to get something was being delivered. Okay, I'm back. So, what do we got? What are you doing for our holidays? Yes. So that's what I don't understand. Why was she chasing him? Why was she chasing him? Because when I first saw it, I'm like, wait a minute. I said, you're saying he's abusive, but you're chasing him. But I saw him pushing her back in the vehicle. But this wasn't the first. She said it happened before. Then they played the audio of him telling her that she needs to be more like Michelle Obama and Coretta Scott King. And then he's asking her, does she know who Coretta Scott King is? Telling her that's Martin Luther King. I'm like, really? She doesn't know who Coretta Scott King is? He is a monster. And when I look at him now, I enjoyed his movies. I really, really did. But I just, hold on. I have the 911. Hold on. Hold on. I think I have it now. I mean, he was running away from her. Hold on. Let me get it. I think I found it. Hold on. Let me get this. I don't want to show that. Hold on. I just want the video with him running. Yeah. Yep. They're saying that he was drunk, but that's no. Hold on a second. Ooh, Reddit has it. Hold on. I have it. Let's see it all in motion. Let's see it. Share. Let me see. I love the music. Benny Hill. He is gone. He is gone. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. He is gone. But when I first saw it, I saw it on IG. And I was like, oh shit. He was sprinting. He could be playing football. So he's going to be sentenced on my birthday, which I was like, damn. He's going to be sentenced on my birthday. And I was like, he's got to. they're considering it a misdemeanor. He can go to jail for up to 1 year. But he and Megan Good were crying. This is before the verdict was read. He was found guilty of intentional assault in the 3rd degree and guilty of aggravated harassment in the 2nd degree. No more Marvel cinema, no more Marvel Universal films, no nothing. You will probably get blacklisted for a while. And his lawyer, Priya Sundra, she is a beautiful person, but I don't know what he hired an Indian woman to represent him. And I thought because the ex-girlfriend is Indian or half Indian, but he hired an Indian lawyer. And he had the 911 call, and I had that. Let me see, can I get it? It was the 911 call that was made with him allegedly accusing her of attacking, she's Peruvian, Persian, something, I can't remember. But he called and said that she was attacking him. That's what she said. So they arrested her. After he was arrested, like months later, she was arrested. And he tried to use the fact that if you call 911 on a black man, he has this fear. You didn't have a fear when you were whipping her ass. You didn't have that fear then. You weren't worried about your career then. And the prosecutors actually was trying to get these women in there so they can show a pattern of abuse. Monita, did you see that Jonathan was found guilty? Jonathan Majors was found guilty. I'm just like, this shit is crazy. You're going to use the stigma, which there is in this. It's a real stigma, because you'll see how a white lady is treated versus a black lady with the police, a white man versus a black man with the police. And that includes kids too. So, but you tried to use that to play on her sympathy for you. When you did that to her. Then we got P. Diddy, who's lost all kind of endorsements, because it seems like everybody is coming out the woodworks since he settled that other case. Shit is crazy. You don't want to go to jail. Don't do it. Monita, do you want to come up for a minute before I get out of here? Because it's sad that you use that but you did this. And if it was just her, I would be like, oh, well, okay. Something happened. It's his story, her story, and then somewhere in the middle is the truth. But when you have 40 plus women, you're right. No one would care. You have 40 something women. I think it's like 42 that come and say how physically and emotionally abusive and violent you are. Did you see the Christian guys live? No, I didn't. So, but see, I want to know if all of these women that came forward were black, white, or mixed. I really want to know this. And I'm only asking for a friend, because you would have some knots against your head. Probably have a bullet in your ass. But I'm just saying, Hold on a second. You would, I want to know if these women that you were dating, besides Megan Good, look, besides Megan Good, were all black. Because I really want to know, what the fuck did you think you were going to do when this woman went to the cops and pressed these charges against you? Your lawyer tells you, oh, let's press charges against her now.
By a 6-person jury
Here we
after
go.
roughly 4 hours of deliberation spread
4
across
hours.
3 days. Majors sat with his attorneys, with family members and his girlfriend Megan Good behind him as the verdict was read. The Hollywood Reporter captured this video of his family leaving the courtroom. He was found not guilty of intentional assault in the 3rd degree and not guilty of aggravated harassment in the 2nd degree. Sentencing is set for February 6th. Majors faced 4 charges of assault, aggravated harassment, and harassment after he called 911 on March 25th. When he said he found his ex-partner Grace Jabari unconscious in their apartment. Police arrested Majors after finding apparent injuries on Jabari, including a laceration behind her ear and a bruised and fractured finger. Majors pleaded not guilty to all charges. Jabari, who took the witness stand for the first 4 days of the trial, said Majors had caused the injuries during an altercation in the car several hours before. For much more on this story and all the latest updates, go to thr.com.
So
This is the Hollywood Reporter.
it did happen in the car. The altercation happened in the car. That's where it happened at, in the car. Ooh, Lord. He was running like he was going for a touchdown. I got to see if he played football in high school or ran track, because this mofo was running. But anyway, what are you guys doing for Christmas? I'm about to get out of here. I need to run a couple of errands before I make my way to the airport, and it's raining. Of course it's raining. Why wouldn't it be raining? Why? When I went in June, we actually had snow. The morning we were leaving, it was snowing in Washington State. So why wouldn't we have rain? What are you guys doing for Christmas? Are you finished your Christmas shopping? Are you ready for it to be over with? What's going on? I am ready to enjoy my time. I hear the highs are going to be like 69, 70 in Vegas, the low at night in the 30s. So I'm ready. I'm packing for the weather. I'm not packing that much because I always wind up buying a bunch of shit when I'm there. So I really, they weren't Latinos. I really want to know, who are these 40-something women that came forward? I want to know their race. I really do. I really do. But now he's dating Megan Good. I'm like, that's totally fucking convenient. That is convenient now. Get the fuck out of here. Your ass deserved to spend a year in jail. You deserve to spend a year. You deserve to spend more than that, which you're probably going to get probation. But you won't work in Hollywood for at least 3, 4, 5 years until they think it blows over. And then it's going to be all gravy again. We're going to be safe. We're going to be safe. We're going to be safe. But I just want to know, and I'm going to look it up to see. But I just want, okay, Monita, hold on. Let me drop the link for you. Hold on. Let me drop the link for you, Monita. I just saw that. I'm so sorry. I just saw it. Why am I chatting with Facebook? I don't want to chat with Facebook. What the hell? Hold on. Let me put it over here. Facebook. Okay, there it goes. There you go, ma'am. No, there you go. I didn't see it. I'm so sorry. I didn't see it. I just dropped the link for you. I just saw it. I'm sorry. I saw you said okay. I thought you were saying okay about something else. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize what you were saying okay to. Told you I'm discombobulated right now. I've been playing my song all morning. Parade, about to catch another flight. Oh, there she goes. Good morning.
Good afternoon, where I'm at.
Well, it's morning for me, girl. It's 9:01. You on the East Coast.
Yeah, it's 12 o'clock here. So good afternoon, good morning, good evening to all of those.
How are you, ma'am?
I am doing well. How are you today?
I am, girl. You know I'm good. I'm about to catch another flight.
Can I come?
Yes, you can. And pretty Monita. So tell me about your channel, ma'am. You said you do uploads and stuff.
Yeah, I've only been doing what is that? Pre-uploads only because I'm not really into this whole YouTube thing. I see what you content creators go through. So my channel, only thing I really do is go on there and rant at people when they make me mad.
So you see, but you got to do it live sometimes, girl. You just got to do it live
I
sometimes.
know. I got to do it live. I got to get with the StreamYard stuff and all of that. I'm actually kind of scared to go live because I don't really know what I would talk about.
You can talk about anything. Find something that you like and just talk about it. But no, for the most part, I really try to ignore all the BS because to me it's insignificant and it's irrelevant.
It's funny that you bring that up because obviously this is the first time I've ever been on your panel, and I think this is like my third or fourth time in your chat. There was someone that tried to tell me that you actually had a problem with me, and I was like, I don't know how she got
know you.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, I've seen her in chats and stuff. I think I might have said hi like once or twice. I was like, I've never even really spoken to this woman, so I don't know why you're telling me she has a problem with me.
I don't
think she has a problem with me.
No, first time I heard, I've heard your name. I think it was in Shook's chat, and I think Bambi. And then one day I went in and you were up on panel with Bambi, and I didn't know it was you because I couldn't see your name. And I said, "Who's up on chat?" And they on panel, and I said, "Oh, I hear her name." I said, "Nice to meet you. Why would I have a problem with you when I don't know you?"
Ma'am, that's exactly what I was saying when the person brought me the garbage. I was like, I've never spoken to this woman before, so we don't have a problem. But you know why? I'll tell you why people do stuff like that to me. Because it's really easy to bait me with that. I don't really like people talking about me too tough, especially if they're speaking about me in a derogatory manner. So people will know. If you tell me somebody's talking about me, I'm going to find out if they did. And yeah, they might get a video, or I see them in the chat and they might get cussed out real quick. So I think that's what was going on at the time. I'll be honest with you.
My question is, am I right? I did see you in Shook's chat, right?
Once or twice, yeah.
And I remember hearing him say hi to you. And then I came in, it was you, Bambi, and Britt was on panel, if I remember correctly. And
yes, ma'am.
you were talking to her, and I was like, okay. And I'm listening, and I heard you and Bambi giving her advice. And I remember typing, "Who's on panel?" because I didn't know who you were. And then I said, "Oh my God, okay." I said, that was my first time even paying attention to your avatar. So I don't know you. See, that's what I'm saying. I'll tell anybody.
That's my point. Because I think there was like one time I might have seen you in a chat and I said, "Hey Heidi, do you have a channel?" I didn't take it no type of way. The chat's moving quick or whatever. You didn't answer. I didn't take that no type of way or whatever.
Oh, Monita, I'm gonna tell you, I go into chats, and if you see me in Bambi's in the morning, I come in and I say hi. I don't watch the chat. I be listening because a lot of times at work or cooking or doing something, and anybody that knows me can tell you that. I don't sit in a chat. I listen more than type in chat. So I'm sorry if I didn't see it, but yes. And when I saw you in Bambi's chat, you asked me and I put it in the chat because I was actually paying attention to the chat that day because they were going back and forth and I was laughing. So
yeah, but you see how simple little simple beefs can get started. Because I was like, I've never even spoken to this one before. We don't have a problem.
That's messy ass people, and that's what I call them. Messy ass people. And like they used to send me clips. Oh, so and so was talking about you. So they would send me a clip. I would go to that content creators channel. I would rewind back like 5-6 minutes to get the full context.
Right.
And I'm like, they weren't talking about me. They mentioned my name about something. They weren't talking about me. So that's the shit that people do. I don't play those games.
Do.
If I have something to say, I'm going to say it right here. If I knew how to reach you, I would reach you. If somebody said, "Oh, and I would go to you one-on-one. I don't.
That's what things should always be.
So,
So
Juanita,
back-
who told you this? Look. So, Juanita, who told you this? Now I want to know.
Do you have Instagram? I'll DM you with that.
Yes, it's H Black 43 on Instagram.
Black 43. Okay.
H Black
I'll
43.
hit you with that.
Yeah, because
So-
I'm dying to know now who because a lot of these people I don't even fucking talk to. So
Child, they messy. They messy.
I'm sorry.
I'll be honest with you. The other part of it is this. So, like I said, in this community, I kind of left for a while because I was irritated. So, but the person that told me, I always said that I would never go at another Black woman on a panel or anything like that. That's just, I'm not doing that. And that's no disrespect to anybody else, but I just won't do that. That's what I think that's what I think somebody tried to create. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That's what I think somebody tried to create.
See, I don't do that. First of all, if you went on panel and started talking, my first thing would be, why the fuck is she talking about me? What did I do to her? You know, and then I'd be like, who is this woman? The only time I've heard your name is when I've heard Suge speak to you. And then that morning you were in Bambi's on panel. Then the next morning you were in there and she kept saying, hi, pretty Monita. And I'm like,
yeah,
I don't see her. I said, and then you were under another name. I said, oh, okay. I didn't see you. So I didn't know. And I said, hi, nice to meet you. I just heard your name.
And then I said, you dropped your channel thing over, and I went right. I subscribed, I entered, and everything was cool. That's what I'm saying. For the person that told me this, they're really, 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 really messy, and they like to create drama. They really do.
You know what? I think I have an idea. Does it start with an S?
A S?
Oh, wrong person then. Okay, I thought it was an S. Okay, thought it was a person. Look, I thought it. Well, I don't know what chat you go in, so I don't know.
It starts with an R.
An R.
And it's not a female. See, this is all right, ladies. I know there's ladies in here. Let me tell you how messy these dudes are. It starts with an R and it's a dude.
I don't talk to any dude named with an R.
Okay.
I don't know anybody with an R.
I don't think y'all really talk. In what I've seen is it'll be like, hey Heidi, and it'll have like the flowers or whatever afterward. So I don't even think y'all really talk.
Is that him, Ricardo?
Nah.
Oh, I don't know anybody with an R.
I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you.
Hey, what dude do I go and chat and he says, hey Heidi. Girl, now you got me thinking.
I'll send it to you. That's how messy. Listen, these men are more messy than we could ever dream of being, for real.
An R. Okay, an R. Now I'm gonna start paying attention. Who has an R? I'm serious. I mean, I go in and I say hi. People say hi. I know I see Carlos says hi. Muggsy says hi all the time. I say hi to them. I just started following Muggsy and Carlos on IG, and we don't talk about anything except for, I don't know who in the hell it could be. We're going to go through all the damn R names. No, I don't know. I don't know.
I won't. Here's the thing. Even if you call the person's name out, I won't say it out. Yeah, yes. I won't say it publicly.
I don't talk to any of these people, and you can go to any panel I've ever been on. You've never heard me mention your name because I don't know.
But
I got a problem with you, girl. I got a problem with you. I don't know what it is.
Girl. Well, what's the problem?
I don't know.
I don't know. But so like I said, there's people who kind of speak to me, and if you've ever been in a chat with me and you see when I get disrespected, I go 0 to 1,000,000 real quick, and I'm violating and I'm tearing, I'm digging in y'all.
See, that's what I'm saying. I don't pay attention to the chat, so I wouldn't know if
I honestly think that that's what the person was trying to get to happen.
Oh, okay. All right. So the only two chats that I know that I have seen you in or heard your name. I don't even know if you go to Angel Gotti's chat or not.
I used to, yeah. That's where I
Okay.
used to see you all the time. Yeah.
Okay, so that I've heard your name there too. Then okay, so that's what I'm saying. That's the only I don't go to. Let me see, Shugs, Bambi, Angel. That's the only three chats I go into in that genre. That's it.
Okay.
I don't go anywhere else over there. I don't go anywhere else over there. So
And I'll be honest with you, I'm really trying not to go to that genre because it's a mess.
No, I saw Bambi was live this morning, but I was busy doing some stuff, and I normally listen to her as I'm getting ready for work and stuff. But this morning, good morning, avoiding eye contact. But this morning, I was just trying to get some other stuff done. And as you see, I was late for my own damn live because I'm thinking I said it was 7 and not 6. And I get to my computer at 6:46, and it says, I looked and I said, enter studio. It said scheduled for 6 a.m. I said, God damn, Heidi. I just forgot. But no, pretty much.
No, actually, I was looking because Edwin. Remember when Edwin was trying to have the Black History type thing? I was actually looking forward to being over there with you.
See, the whole thing is when Edwin goes live, girl, I be asleep.
That was one of those nights that he actually did his live earlier. I think he did it like 9 or 10. Because I know he goes live at like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and we all sleep then.
Let me tell you, Dorit Frank, okay, she's in my chat. I'm gonna see her in Vegas. Dorita called me at 7 o'clock, and I'll answer. She goes, "Are you asleep?" I said, "Hell yes." If I don't go live on Thursday nights like I do, I am normally in my bed by 6:37 and probably knocked out by 7:30.
Oh, okay.
I go to bed because I get up so early. I go to bed and I get all the sleep that I can get because when I'm in Vegas, I don't sleep. I may get, as Danielle pointed out, 30 minutes.
Right.
30 minutes and I'm up and going again. I just really don't sleep. When I'm on vacation, I don't go on vacation to sleep. I go to have a good time.
To have a good time.
Yeah, but I work. I get up around anywhere from 3:45 to 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm up. I'm out the door by 5:15, and I'm at work until 3:34. And then I come home, cook, whatever. And if I don't eat by a certain time, I'm not going to eat because I don't eat too late. So I just take a nice hot bubble bath and I go to bed. I do. So
matter of fact, I can type it to you right here in the back chat. I forgot all about that.
Text it to me. Text it to me so I know who it is. I'm done. I don't know that person. I don't know that person.
Well, then there you go.
If I see him in chat and they speak, I don't know who the fuck that is.
Okay, so then there you go.
Oh, I'm sorry. I go to MRE's chat and Maddie too. I'm sorry, MRE and Maddie. I do.
Okay, so do you see the play that was trying to be ran?
Yes, I don't know that person.
Okay.
I'm gonna pay attention from now on. I see people saying hi, and then sometimes I come in and say hi, everybody, and then yeah, I don't know that person. Now I'm paying the fuck attention because I want to know why you trying to start some bullshit because I don't fucking know you. I'm sorry.
I'll now this is where I'll say I'll hit you on the DM and I'll explain all of that nonsense.
Okay, because I don't even know that person.
Right.
And if I've seen him in chat, I've never really paid attention to him.
Because he's nothing to pay attention to.
Piss me the fuck off. Seriously.
Now don't be pissed. Don't get pissed off. Like I said, when it was said to me, I quickly went to I don't talk to her. Like, and not in a I don't F with her type of way. It's like I've never talked to her, like whatever. So we don't have a problem. And I left it there.
How would they know if I had a problem with you?
I have no idea.
Oh, but you know now I'm paying attention in chat. Oh, you know now I'm paying attention to see that damn name. And I'm gonna say, do I fucking know you? Have we had a fucking conversation?
I would honestly, if I was you, I wouldn't even address this shit because he's not really worth addressing. That's how I feel. Trust me, because of that person, I've gotten into so much stuff because of that person. It's not even worth it. But that basically was to just put you
Yeah,
onto
that's
the
gonna
fact.
pull me out
Watch,
of my
watch
character.
the
Look, that's
yeah.
gonna pull me out of my character. You know I try to be good.
Oh, so this John, that Majors guy, Lord.
Girl, do you think 42 women are black? What? What do you think?
Hey, listen, I know for those other 42 women, if they are black, they never gonna get justice.
Hi, Pete DeVito. Girl, I'm just like, okay. I don't know how. Monita, girl, let me tell you.
Hey, Pinky.
I'm going to tell you right now. My issue is I don't know who you are, but we have a problem.
Right, we got a problem, girl.
You know what? It is too funny. I'm like, and I keep looking at the name, like, who the fuck is that? I'm trying to picture what chat I'm seeing this name in. Is that the only name they go by? Is there another name they go by, Monita?
I'm typing it.
Oh, okay. Because I don't know. Still, now you know what? I've heard that name called in MREs. Oh, and I go to the Mob Chronicles too, but she
Okay.
doesn't go live that often. And MRE really hasn't been going live. I thought he went live times, and then Maddie hasn't went live in a while. So, but I have heard that name called, and it could have been in MRE's chat. I'm trying
Leave
to
it
think.
there. Yeah, that's probably where.
Yeah. Pinky says that you're her battle buddy, stomping out racist.
Oh yeah. Me and Pinky, there was something that was going on in Bambi's the
Well, where
other
do
day.
y'all go at?
This was whoever this Harry Wang person is. He was just being real derogatory, saying stuff
I saw
about
him
Africa.
in Bambi's chat a couple
Yeah,
of
saying stuff about Muslims and Africans and the Spanish people that come and stuff like that. So that was one of those situations where I had to remove myself from the environment because I was ready to go 0 to a million, and I think it was a Sunday morning or something like that. I'm not doing that on the Lord's Day.
No. So first of all, everybody, okay, it's right. You have freedom of speech, but when you're just downright being ignorant and stupid,
and that's what it was
for shock value, the fucking shit is not funny. It's not funny at all. So, and when you're in someone's chat and there's all kind of people in there, not everybody's in there, black, white, gray. Get the fuck out of here. Why would you even type that shit in the chat with everything that's going on right now?
You know why? Because they're not going in there as a real name. Here's the thing. Monita is my first real name. Like, that's my name. So people go in these chats and they talk how they talk, and they're nasty and they're vindictive and everything like that. But then now and this is how I always get pulled into nonsense, because now I'm in there and I'm fighting and I'm going back and forth, and now I'm gonna drag you and I'm gonna do all of that. And then what ends up happening? A lot of times when people see the argument, I look like the asshole, even though I'm fighting for what's right. Because not too many people will actually step up and check the person, because that conversation that Pinky is referring to, there was a lot of other people that was going along with that conversation.
Yeah, see, I don't do that. I don't go along just to get along.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. And a lot of times if I'm in a chat, there's a lot of people I go that go up on panels that I just don't like. I don't believe they stand for anything, and they're just nasty ass people, and they make little innuendos like it's funny and cute. I have nothing to say to them. If you don't see me speak to someone, I don't like you. Just like that day in Bambi's chat when fitness, whatever, he was like, and you think I'm dumb, but I know you don't. Really? What makes you think I don't like you? Because I don't have anything to say to you? Come on now. I don't know who this guy is, but the way he would, all the time starting shit in her chat, and I would just leave sometimes.
But see, that's what happened. Matter of fact, there was one time the person in the back chat that I told you about, they told me to go over to Bambi's chat or whatever to see what was going on. I just went in there and I asked Fitness a simple question, like, are you the dude that used to be in Peace's chat? Because I remember having a conversation with him over at Lefty's like a year and a half ago, something like that. And he got up on that damn panel and he was yelling and screaming and he thought he was going to cuss me out. I turned right around within 20 minutes, posted a video and tagged him in it. That's my response to what you said.
See, I don't know him. I just don't know him. But that day he was going after some woman. And I'm like, we don't care if she owns a gym or not. Who cares? No one cares. But it's just the picking.
Mhm.
And it was like every day, but I'm like, oh my God. So sometimes I go in and I listen for a bit, and then I'm like, okay, I don't want to be in here this morning because then, you know, I'm getting ready to go to work and my blood starts rising and we don't want me to go off.
My blood pressure.
You know, like the day I went up on our panel and that damn GB Jen Bailey was up there. Woo, Lord. She pulled me all the way out of my damn character again. I just don't like that ignorant little racist bitch. I just don't like her.
Or like the day that you saw me up there with Brittany. See, you missed when Brittany got cussed out.
See, yeah, because I came in late. I just heard
Yeah.
you guys giving her advice. I didn't know what it was about.
She got cussed out first. I think she got a video on my channel too. She got cussed out first. Then it got to the point to where, you know, there's some stuff that I heard about her. I don't know if it's true or if it's not, but she started crying and I started feeling bad.
She has beautiful kids. I'm serious. You know what? I hear all kinds of stuff, but not everything you hear is true. So I don't even repeat it because, you know, like I'm hearing all of this stuff right now about MRE.
Right.
The way I feel about it. Don't tell me about him being talked to, but some incident. Show me where there was a full investigation. Show me where there were actually these allegations, and show me all of this stuff. I don't want to hear about it. Show me.
That's where you know, even when they first started going at MRE with the whole neo-Nazi stuff, people said to me, Monita, how can you go over to his chat? You know why? Because he's always been respectful and cool with me. That's why.
Yeah. I don't have.
He's never been rude or disrespectful to Monita. Has he said some stuff that may have not rubbed me the right way? Yes, but I've also heard him say that about his own people, whatever. So, you know, you see what I'm saying? So I'm not getting caught up in all of that. That other situation, I don't know anything about that. It has nothing to do with me. Like you said, when you can show me paperwork, my opinion may change. But I live in a world that tells me I would hate to believe that he would do anything to a child.
And that's what I'm saying. When he's talking about his friend's daughter that was lost, this man came on my panel, you know, saying he thinks somebody did something to that child. I don't believe that. Show me. Matter of fact, when I get back, I'm gonna have a few days. Hi, Ann. I'm gonna have to look into it. I don't want to hear about what your assumptions are, because anybody can be questioned if an incident happened.
But okay, so here's how I look at this situation is this.
Hi, Jennifer. Yes,
the person that's even trying to bring all of this to the forefront at one time. I remember back in the day, I'm an OG in the sector. You know, I remember when all of this got started. I remember when that person was buddy, like they was besties. And it only, yes, the person that keeps coming out with all of this, dropping this and dropping that. And I found the incident report and he's a neo-Nazi and he this and these guns and whatever. I remember when Casper Rosa was MRE's trying to be MRE's bestie.
Oh, see, I don't know about any of that. I just heard him on Mob Tube Chronicles live that day, and I watched the replay because I fell asleep, and I watched the replay. He was up there, and I've heard Angel mention his name a few times, and I think I saw him on Angel's panel one time. I think I did. I'm not going to be okay, so I did, but.
He was when Angel's channel first started, MRE and Casper Rosa, those were the primary two people that was always up there before Marla.
Okay, see, I just found Angel, was it last year? It's been over a year because he told me about her. Hi, April.
Hey, April.
See, now the first time I heard about April when she went on Angel's panel
Right.
and she was going off on NB about what she's about Joey. And I'm like, oh my God, who is that? And people kept, I said, no, I want to hear what she has to say because, you know, I don't know anything about all these people over there. So then I started paying attention to her name in the chat. And I was always wanting to see what she's writing because she went off. Now, I've known Lauren since, I guess, 2021, when she was in our community. She used to be a mod on another channel that I had with someone else. So I don't know all of this stuff that was going on over here. Like
Right.
I don't know, but none of that shit.
That's what I'm saying. I'm an
I don't
OG.
know.
I was in that community when it was just MRE, Lee Cole, and FBS, when everybody got along when it first started.
Yeah, because
And that's the problem. A lot of people tell me a lot of stuff about
Yeah.
what goes on, and I'm like, yo, that's not how that started, B. That's not really how that started.
because Lauren was the one that introduced me to Chris Trock and Jerry and Angel and Lee Cole, which I never went to his channel. Who else was it? Maddie,
Yep.
Assassinino. She introduced, matter of fact, those guys came up. I don't think Assassinino was on my panel, but they all came up one time. And so we did, you know, to introduce that genre to people over here, because we did When Communities Collide.
And
then
see,
we
yes,
just
and I
introduced
think the way I first heard about you was through NB. But then here's the thing: when you were coming in, that's when I was starting to get sick and tired of that genre. So I disappeared for 9 months.
Yeah, see, so I don't know about all the backstory.
Right.
You know, I hear stuff about what happened between her and James. I don't know none of this stuff. I don't, nor do I care. Look, to be honest, I don't. April, have a Merry Christmas, sweetie.
Have a Merry Christmas, April.
You know, so I don't know about that kind of stuff. So when I listen, because, you know, I want to hear everything. So whatever happened between NB and Angel, you know, it was like I went in chat one day and then, you know, she was up on panel, Joey, Marla, and they were just going back and forth. I was like, what the fuck is going on? So then she was talking about Lee Cole, and I'm like, wait a minute, I thought you guys were friends. I'm typing this in the chat because I don't know what's going on.
Right. And the sad part about it is, I don't know what happened with because like I said, I left for 9 months, came back, everything was all, alliances were broken, people who were friends are no longer friends, they hate each other, all of that stuff. So I missed like pretty much, I think I left in like September and I came back around maybe May. So a lot of stuff by the time I came back and I'm looking, okay, well, wait a minute. When I left, y'all hated each other. Now y'all besties. Y'all was in love with each other. Now y'all hate each other. What's going on? But again, this is one of those times in my life where I'm starting to get sick and tired of the nonsense again. So I think I might drop off the face of the earth when it comes to them.
Because when I went to Mob 2 Chronicles that day and NB was up there then, because matter of fact, I saw NB go up and then I started, because I woke up, NB was on panel. I woke up and I missed all that part. And they said that, Angel was up there for a minute. And I said, oh shit, I got to go back to the beginning. And I started doing something because I didn't want to hear the rest of it. So I just waited till the live ended and I went back so I can catch everything instead of catching bits and pieces of it. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? And seriously, I did not know. And I listened to what they were going back and forth about, and I was still confused. I was like, oh my God. And then one night, I slept and they told me, I woke up that morning, I had a message. The message came through around 1 o'clock in the morning or 1 o'clock. You need to go to Angel's live. And I'm like, why am I going to Angel? I woke up at 4 o'clock. Angel was off. So I sent them a message. I said, what the hell was going on? Why would I need to get into Angel's live? And then they were telling me. So when I went to find the video, Angel had taken the video down. So I don't know what happened, but they were saying that, they were saying that MB was drunk or whatever. I've never known her to drink.
I was there for that one.
Yeah.
They wasn't saying she was drunk. They said she was on pills.
See,
They
I
were
didn't
saying
know.
she
I've
was
never
on
known
pills.
her to
Yep, I remember. I think I came in
do
midway,
any
and
kind of
everybody in the chat was saying she on pills because I think there was some dude up there with her, or that was in her background, and they were saying she was on pills. I remember that. I don't remember what the argument was about.
See, that's just it. I've never known her to drink or do drugs. So when they were telling me this, I'm like, I don't want to hear that shit. I want to see it for myself. When
I think when it comes to NB, especially NB is a powerful female over in that community. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I think a lot of the stuff that she gets some of it might be warranted, some of it's not necessarily fair. But then, like I said, I sit back, and a lot of times I sit in people's bushes just to really observe. I don't want to be in the chat. I don't want nobody saying hi to me or anything like that. I just want to observe.
You know what? If I go in the chat, I say hi, I want you to know I'm there. So and even when I catch somebody's live after they've gone off, I'll leave a comment, replay. So that way
Yeah.
I was here and I'm hearing what's going on.
You know what it is? I like to be in the live and not let people know, because again, like what the situation of which I just spoke of, that somebody tried to create between you and I. You see what I'm saying? I get to watch how somebody moves when I'm not around. Then maybe in a week I'll drop down to see if you keep that same movement.
So let me ask you a question. So you watch me in chats.
Mm-hmm.
What do you see me saying?
I see you say hi. You say hi, pretty much hi to everyone, or you'll go through and you'll do the individual hellos. Then I won't see you for a little while. Then I see you come back. Then I'll see you for a little while. Then I see you come back.
Well, and then I'll come back in if it's something. I'm like, wait a minute, what happened?
Right.
What? Because I heard, and then I do that a lot because it has to be something that catches my attention. It has to be something that catches my attention. Because other than that, like when Angel goes live at night, I'll go in the chat and say, hi, welcome. And then I'm basically in my bed and I'm listening. When Bombshell goes live at night, I'm basically in my bed. I'll go in and I say hi and I'm listening. That's it. So
you know why I think I do it the way that I do it too is I think it goes back to the job that I actually do. I work with people with disabilities, so a lot of what I do is just sitting back and observing behavior all day. That's what I do all day. I sit back and I watch behaviors. So that's why I say I will sit back and I'll watch how people move. I'll watch the behaviors, and then I want to see how you act when I'm present.
So that's true. That is true. That is so true. Now, I actually did that to the bee a few times when I saw that she was going back to her old ways. I would go listen. I wouldn't say a word. I would just sit there. And then I would come in the chat and I would type hi, and that lets you know I'm there. Now, I've heard what you said before, and I noticed that she would change her tune a little bit.
Right.
She's talking about some things, but I used to just watch her for a minute because I started seeing those behaviors coming back again. And I actually told her, I said, she's going back to her old ways. She's going back to her old
there
ways.
You go.
And I would just watch. And I remember I went into an IG live one night and I didn't know until that time that she and a friend of mine had a falling out. So when I went into the live, you can tell it changed because I was reading the chat above me. Whatever they were talking about, the topic changed when I got in there.
Right.
So, and then I said, no, I was in there. And they said, yeah, I saw you. I'm like, how the hell did you see me? I didn't see you because it was on an IG live. Don't worry about it. I was in there I go in under my name. So that's what I do. And they were like, oh yeah, before you got in there, they were talking. I was like, okay. I said, well, they weren't talking about that shit when I got in there. So I don't know anything about it. And that's the truth. So I noticed because when you scroll back up and you can see some of the comments and I'm like, what was that? So I did ask, and she was talking about something. I said, I'm sorry, what did I miss? And, and she gave me like a watered down version of it, which I'm like, okay.
Hi, Miss Heidi. My boss wants to talk to me again. I'll stay in trouble.
I know you do. I'm getting ready to get out of here. Thank you for coming up, Monita.
Thank you for having me.
Merry Christmas and
You
trust-
also, and have a great time in Vegas. I haven't been there since before the pandemic, so have a wonderful time.
Girl, right before the pandemic, before they opened everything up again, I was there for my birthday. It was so great because there wasn't a whole lot of people, and
Right.
now it's shit. So, but no, I love Vegas. I try to go at least twice a year. One time I went 3 times in a year. But you have a Merry Christmas, you and your
You
family.
too.
And thank you for coming up. And trust me, I will be paying attention. I definitely will be paying attention now.
And I'll be in the bushes. Have a great day, ladies.
Good one. Okay, bye.
All right,
Guys,
bye-bye.
I'm getting ready to get out of here. Oh, Jody, I'm sorry. I meant to say thank you for the super chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Merry Christmas, everybody. I know Danny and I are going to do, Danny's going to do a pajama jam, and we're going to be together. And we're going to be in matching PJs. So I will definitely see you guys later. I'm going to be dropping little shorts and stuff of our trip in Vegas. We cannot take phones we got them. I don't know what the hell that, my phone's over there. So I got the message yesterday that we're going to have to put our phone in some kind of bag, because then they're going to have phone areas for you to go take calls or go make a call or whatever, but you can't take the phones into the Bruno Mars concert. So so I will definitely be dropping shorts and stuff of our trip. When Crazy Cat Mama hit the jackpot, I'm going to drop that so you guys can see. But I love you guys. Have a great rest of your week. And I will definitely see you later on. And I'm going to probably not come live, but we'll probably come live and say Merry Christmas or Merry Christmas Eve. What if y'all need to call 911? That's what I'm saying. But you get to keep your phones on you. I take it's some type of bag. It's Von Trapp, a Voltrap bag or something they give you. So we'll see. But no one's taking my phone. So I'll turn that bitch off. But you're not taking my phone, and I'm not going to sit there and video record anybody. But if you do, you're going to be escorted out of the concert. And that's what he said. Like we went to see Matt Rife. We went to see him here, and it clearly states no video recording, no nothing. Some woman's up front and she's doing it. They went down, got her, and she was right down front by the stage and took her out. So you paid a lot of money to be escorted out of a damn building because you couldn't follow the rules. So Jennifer, I hope you're doing a whole lot better. I hope you're home now. I sent you a message this morning to check on you. Guys, I need to check on Kat, the U.S. Navy vet, too. Please keep her in your prayers, along with Mama Lovey, Debbie H., everybody. We have a lot of things going on right now with people that we see in chats, and you'll look around, you'll see some people are missing. People are going through things. So, you're being discharged today. I'm happy for you. But I want to say have a great rest of your week. I will see you probably New Year's Eve or Friday night. No, not Friday night. New Year's Eve. Christmas Eve. I'll see you guys then. Snuggle Bunny. Hi, sweetie. Susan. Hi, sweetie. Tell Eddie I said hi. I love you guys. And keep Tina. Thank you. Keep Tina and her family in your prayers as well. Love all of you guys. And we're going to go out because we are. No, I can't play winning. Yeah, we're going to play winning. Cranky. Hi, baby. We're going to go out and we are winning, damn it. You guys have a great one. Love you. I'll talk to you guys later and we're out of here.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gonna feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood in my tongue keeps bleeding from the words I spit. So sharp, so freezing, so cold. Behold, frostbite they feeling. I could tear you apart or I could go heal them. Don't believe in fate, don't believe in ceilings. I just need a taste and my mind starts feeling. I don't pace myself, I grind on kneeling. Got lust for change, I just love the feeling. I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. And I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. Cause I'ma live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon.